I made it. I'm back. I made it. I made it. Oh, hey, ma'am. Hey, lady friend. I made it. I did it. I'm back. The Lord crucified me. Wow. Wow. Normally I leave. And I never come back. But I came back. Because you know why? 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 Why must I cry? 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 What is that song? I'm actually gonna find that shit real quick. Why must I cry? Why must I cry? What's this? 20 minutes. I said early, but this is too damn early. Yo, Saturday's a good day for you. 3 p.m. Dude, shut the fuck up, Tony. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, man. Come on, bro. Don't do that shit. Why must I cry? Why must I cry? Oh! Damn! Ray Dog! Oh no!
Tell me why must I cry?
TJ.
Tell me why must I cry? 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 Tell me why. No matter what I did, I tried to love this kid. Ever since he was 8, all he ever did
That's
was
crazy. 8.7.
from me. Now he's 17.
17? 17 years ago? That feels illegal. No, that feels illegal.
It's weird, but when I look at him, he's still hitting on me. Make me sad to see this kid still hating on me. He's bad, I just can't lie anymore. I gotta push him through the door. Recently the kid stole my jewelry. I turn my back and he steal my gun from me. Kid, be careful, you're gonna shoot someone and end up in jail. A death sentence, is that what you want? I know that you really hate me, but
Oh shit!
why did you have to do these things to me? Must I cry? Tell me why.
What am I doing?
Why must I cry? 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 Why must I cry?
If he had this edited, it would on fire. Let's hear Tosh point out.
Tell me why must I cry? 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 Why must I?
Okay, that's enough. Why Mr. Crime? I don't know what I'm watching, but stop.
Ever a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too.
Ooh, that's
Love
like
ya.
you. Ah.
Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay,
Yeah.
love ya. Okay, break a leg.
This ad is probably the cause for more people to stop drinking than any AA meeting has done in their entirety of their existence.
Yes.
I'm sure
yes.
there's a whole my beer joke in there somewhere, okay? All in all, representation is cool, but forcing representation is quite corny.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah.
Don't
Oh, yeah.
force it.
Oh, yeah.
It's that simple. Don't force it.
Don't
Blue
force it.
Beetle is coming out. Okay. Representation. It looks cool. Go see that. Change of Snow
Beetle's
White
good, man.
into Snow Latina or Snow Latinx.
So now
I don't think that's the way, bro. I don't think.
she's just snorting cocaine. That's all it is. That is all it is for me and my young boys. Hold up, wait a minute. This man is ruining YouTube Shorts. Feature Mr. Smooth Dog. Racism is well and large. The end of Bella Delphine. Burning Bernard. I'm forced to join Taiwan military. No way.
Y'all can go.
Y'all can go. Y'all can keep.
So look, I'm gonna have what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have.
If I
the chat
die,
tell me
you need to pick
exactly
up my
when you're about
replica.
to,
Oh shit.
about to- Today's graduation, okay?
Go to the military, bro.
China!
Oh my god.
Wait,
bro.
when?
When? This year or next year? I'm not sure. I'm gonna make it sooner cause I have to like, you feel me, bro? Graduate from the
Bro,
Lovely
Ray
lady.
gotta go to the. Bro, that's not even funny. Bro, you
Yeah,
have to go to in the military. I can't imagine you being in the military. Yeah, let me see you hold up a gun. Hold up an imaginary gun. Go.
They may just fucking kill him. They may just kill him.
a Glock or gun.
The way he acts, they might just shoot him on sight. His own team. His own team may just kill him. He ain't gonna die on the battlefield. He's gonna die at the expenses of his own team.
Like an AR.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the moment the general goes, whatever Taiwanese is, boom, boom. It's a cold world.
Enemy come by! Grenade! Grenade!
Yeah, he's fucked.
You think I'll survive? You think I'll survive?
Yeah,
You don't
Ray
gotta
may
use the
be
gun,
donezo.
Nah, I think I need.
Shit. They did
I
down
see-
my
You can't
man Ray
you
bad.
can't in the office.
I think I'm in the front line.
What?
I think I'm in the front line. Yeah, bro, I'm good. Yeah, pick up my replica, bro.
No. Tell them niggas to sign me up too.
Yeah, sign you up. Let's
Wait,
go. We
wait,
got
wait,
the
what
front
happened?
line.
What?
I think I'm in the front line. You think I'll survive? You think I'll survive?
You don't gotta use the gun, right?
Nah, I think I need. I
You can't just be in the office.
I think I'm in the front line.
What?
I think I'm in the front line. Yeah, bro, I'm good. Yeah, pick up my replica, bro.
No. Tell them niggas to sign
Wow,
me up
he's
too.
cooked.
Yeah, sign you up. Let's go. We got the front line.
Bro, no, you cannot be front line.
Bro, I have to, bro. Wait, what do you think my KO gonna be?
Wait, you won't even have. Wait, would you have your phone?
Nah.
Boot camp. You probably
No
won't have
phone,
it for
bro.
boot camp.
Apart
Oh shit. Ray gotta join the military?
You probably won't be able to have it for boot camp. You'll be able to have it like if you're working though, right?
What? Nah, I won't get. I think I'll got What do you think my KD gonna be? Like 0-1 or 1-1? Loki,
Bro,
I
your
think
KD
my
Bro,
KD
you're gonna
gonna
have
be.
a 2.0. Bro, we don't want no KD, bro. We don't want no
Oh.
KD. We just want everything to be. We just want you to be
That's
like, be in the
just
office,
good.
like. Yeah, we just want you to be in the office, bro.
I'm
You
gonna
feel me?
if I'm in the front line,
I'm
like,
gonna write you letters. I'm gonna write you letters, all right?
Bet. Say no more.
But why you not freaking out? I would be panicking.
Oh, I don't know. It's like I can.
Okay,
about it, bro.
so
Yeah, Ray's a different breed. What the fuck, bro? How are you not tripping?
how long?
I will mow my damn. I will break my own leg. Well, I probably won't break my leg, but like, I can break some fingers. Not on purpose, but you know. Throw the basketball. Throw the fucking basketball. Throw the basketball. Break my fingers.
Only have to go.
1 year, bro.
Because that's the tolerable
1 year,
pain.
and I'm in the States.
You wanna shoot some stuff. Yeah, dude's crazy. Dude's gonna die. But, Ray.
But it could take,
Ray gonna
take
die.
me 1 year, bro. I'm gonna be like Duke, bro. I'm gonna ask Duke about it, like how to like be in the military, bro.
Bro, 1 year. Like, how you lose to a Taiwanese? It's all the way in Taiwan, bro. No, this is bad. Oh my god, I'm realizing, bro.
Yeah.
Yo!
Yeah, look at him, fuck.
No,
Ray
bro.
gonna die.
Yo, Casey, I got
That man gonna die.
the go, bro. Look.
Hey, I'm glad you're back, Batoons, though.
Alright, bro. How about me?
I'm glad
Alright,
you're
buddy.
back.
Safety eye.
Do you want a
safety eye.
1v20,
Yeah,
man?
they go
Yeah.
your time for your song.
I bet.
Ray just wants to go in there for the double XP.
Bet.
Alright.
That's crazy shit, man. Ray just graduated, become a full-time streamer, and Taiwan said, hold up, what the fuck you doing? You going to the military. It is crazy though. A lot of countries force you to go into the military. A lot of countries. Don't forget your chug jug. He literally said, he told Kai, don't forget to pick up his reboot card. That's wild, man. That's wild. But yeah, like a lot of countries force you to join the military. Like not for a long time, but like to serve your time. It's like prison, low key. What the fuck? I didn't choose to do that. Don't make me do that.
One day, the city's mayor gets a message from a whistleblower alerting him to a problem that needs to be dealt with. And this whistleblower tells him that in the city's police department...
Wait. I totally forgot. I'm bad at this. So, this is, it says, remember her? It's the police officer that got... She let multiple men enter her. Her name is Megan Hall. She rich. Let's see.
A female officer is hooking up with all of the other cops, sometimes
is
while
Ray?
on duty. So this story starts with
Oh, it
this
is
woman,
Ray.
Megan. Now, Megan wants to be a police officer
William.
real bad. So she goes through the academy and through all the training, and then one day, before she officially becomes a cop, she decides to start smashing with one of her superiors. This guy, Sergeant Ty.
You got
So
that
Sergeant
BBB.
Ty and
You
Megan,
got
they hit
that
it off and they
BBB.
smash at least 2 different times. And allegedly, Sergeant Ty, he ends up liking Megan a lot. And so, he lets her know, like, allegedly, Sergeant Ty, he ends up
Did I hear it? Did I hear it right? His name is Ty. His name is Ty.
liking Megan a lot. And so, he lets her know, like, hey, if you ever want to smash again, I'm down. But Megan, she has already moved on from Sergeant Ty, because she officially graduates, she becomes a police officer, and then she catches the eye of this guy, who we'll just call Supervisor, because he's her supervisor. Now, Supervisor, he lets her know if she starts smashing with him, he can really help her career. So then, of course, Megan
Oh. You know, he made doing your mom. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
starts smashing with him. And then the
Okay, where's the uncensored version? Where is the uncensored version? Give me it. Give me it.
allegedly Supervisor ends up liking Megan a lot. And their situationship goes on for months.
BBC.
And eventually they start smashing not just on their free time, but while they're at work on duty. And they're trading dirty messages and spicy photos and a couple at work on duty. And they're trading dirty messages
Okay, it's nothing.
and spicy
nothing.
photos. And a couple of times when they hook up, he records her without telling her. And she catches him and she's like,
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
hey, delete that footage. And Supervisor's like, alright, fine. But he doesn't delete the footage. Instead, he passes those intimate photos and videos over to his other officer friends, including Sergeant Ty and the police chief himself. Meanwhile,
Nice.
Sergeant Ty's still over here like, yo, Megan, if you ever want to
Nice.
smash again, I'm down. But Megan doesn't smash with him. Instead, she starts hooking up with a bunch of other officers on the force.
None
Now,
of them are
I'm not
right.
entirely sure about this timeline because as far as I know, this timeline has has never been publicly released, but at some point she goes with her fellow officers to like one of those putt-putt go-kart places, and they all get wasted, and Megan goes back to the hotel with an officer, this guy Juan Lugo Perez, and they smash. Then
So she does not like white men.
she goes and hooks up with this guy, Sergeant Shields, in the police gym. Then she starts sexting with this other officer, Officer Showborough. Then she goes and smashes with this canine officer, Officer Larry. And who knows, she probably smashes with the dog, too.
That's out of pocket. That's out of pocket. That's messed up. So, I missed an opportunity. I could have became police in that area. I missed an opportunity.
I don't know. But the whole time, I'm sure Sergeant Ty's still probably like, yo, Megan, if you ever want to smash again, I'm still down. But she still doesn't go back to Sergeant Ty because clearly she's getting D elsewhere. But then one night, some officers throw a hot tub party, and Megan goes there and she gets wasted and she dances around topless while other officers pour shots into her mouth. And afterwards, she smashes with her coworker, this guy Magliocco, in the bathroom. So to sum it all up, she's basically been doing a lot of this, and apparently also a lot of this. Oh, and did I forget to mention she's married? Regardless, at this point, Megan has now romantically hooked up with...
You? Alright, Bad Tunes. She must have some crazy, crazy game. Her game is crazy. I'm gonna need to find out. I got 10 G's. I'm gonna throw them at her.
7 officers in her police station. Until Sergeant Ty, who had allegedly been wanting to smash with Megan again, but only got to hit it twice, it seems like he starts getting jealous. Jealous that she's hooking up with the entirety of the police force, but not him. So what does he do? He allegedly crowns himself whistleblower, and he goes to the mayor and he reports all of this. He tells him that in the city police department, a female officer is hooking up with all the other cops, sometimes on duty. But what Sergeant Ty doesn't tell him is that he had been smashing with Megan too. So of course, immediately the city starts an investigation, and they interview everyone at the department, and they look into it, and they discover it's all true. And then bam, they fire Megan. And then bam, they fire or suspend most of the officers who smashed with her. And then bam, they also fire the police chief because he knew about all the smashing and never took action against it and never reported it to HR. Furthermore, once they figure out that he was smashing with Megan too, bam, they also fire Sergeant Ty. So in total, 5 officers are fired and 3 are suspended without pay. Oh, but it's not over, because then this story hits the news.
Yeah, I'm playing The Last of Us right now. Oh, The Last of Us is an amazing game. I love the amazing game. Look at her. You do good. Look at that. Look at that. You see? Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Just imagine. Her game is crazy. Her game is crazy.
And it goes crazy viral, and it's all over the internet. And people are talking about it, and the memes that come out of it are just ridiculous. When you hear the song, F the Police, and you take it literally. And so overnight, the entire internet is just clowning Megan for getting passed around the whole police department. And Megan, she's very upset. I mean, she doesn't know what to do. So she gets her together, and she decides to fight back. So she goes, and she gets an attorney, and she files a lawsuit against not only her 3 superior officers,
how are you gonna do that to yourself?
but against the city. Now, it's really easy for us to sit here and be like, oh, she mad because she got ran through. But remember, from a legal standpoint, her supervisor told her that if she slept with him, he would help her career. He also allegedly filmed her intimate activity without her consent and passed that footage and photos on to other officers on the force.
Open OnlyFans, Bobby. You are not wrong. You are not wrong, my guy. I'm gonna tell you something. Become a pimp. Become a pimp. Do it.
Including the chief of police without her consent. So Megan sues them, and she's got a strong case. And then, after about a year, the city board, they've heard all the arguments, and they've seen all the evidence. And they take a vote, and they vote almost unanimously
Yeah?
to settle the lawsuit with Megan. And they end up paying her $500,000 to drop the suit. So we all laughed at her and made jokes, but
Nice.
at the end of the day, she won. She got all the money
She
she
doesn't need
wanted,
it.
and
She does not need it
apparently
anymore.
all the D she wanted. And last I
She
read,
did not need
Megan
it.
and her husband, they're still
I'm gonna
married
try to
and
get the
they're still
GTA.
trying to
My
work
uncle
through
gotta
everything.
get it
Good
for
luck with all
my
that.
PlayStation Plus Extra. To get it for free. Nice, okay. At the end, she's a winner. She got the PP and the money. She got the money and the PP. GTA what? 5? What are you talking about? GTA 5, 6, 4? Mm-hmm. Damn, man, I'm trying to get like her, bro. I'm trying to get like her, bro. Oh, trying to get like her. I want the BBC, but I still regret their lifestyle. I found the condom. I cheated on my boyfriend.
Listen, I am tired of being a strong, independent woman.
Welcome back, gang. This is where strong, independent women instantly regret their lifestyle. If you're new to my videos, I need you to like this video, comment, and subscribe because you might not see my.
How do you think you'll feel about that?
Damn, I'm a Pisces.
Imagine GTA 6 Xbox.
So you're telling me
Yeah, let's not imagine that. Let's not.
that if you're in a
Let's not
relationship,
do that,
Drake and Cindy
Bantoons.
have
Let's not do
you're
that.
going.
I'm begging
Somebody
you.
flies me out. Period. I'm out.
Let's not
You
do
only
that
live
today.
once. I'm a Pisces.
She's acting like she's a 10 out of 10 and she could get any man she wants.
Okay, I don't like this. New video. New video. New video. Let's see. The console can destroyed. Oh yeah. Probably. Yeah. Let's see. Completely unaddressed my butt. My ass. Okay. Republican rap is insane. Thanos needs to come back. What do we watch? Had Joe Rogan exposed an idiot? I already seen that. How Ryan Tanner destroyed Iraq. Physics is the greatest thing ever. Yes. We love physics. Go for the gravity. Go for gravity. Oh, did you watch? Look at this. I want you to react to this.
Barber versus real barber.
I want you to see this.
Hey, is it okay if I touch you? Yeah. Okay.
OnlyFans, Richard. What? Who said that? What?
Cool. Okay if I touch you?
Go right ahead.
Before we get started, do you mind if I touch you?
I was gonna cut my fucking hair.
Do you mind if I touch you?
Are you serious, bro? Cut my hair.
Is it cool if I touch you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
It's usually just customary that I ask the person before I touch them.
Just cut it, cuz.
And what were
Okay.
your pronouns?
She, they.
She, they too.
Yay!
Look at us, we're twins.
What the fuck is they? You're not more than one person. Stop it. Oh. No. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hitler's plan for USA if you won. I don't really care. He was never gonna win. He was never gonna win. Hitler was never gonna win.
The year is 1941, and Adolf Hitler is sitting pretty in Europe. By September that same year, the German military might have destroyed, or was in the process of destroying, all that stood before it. Poland, the initial target of the military, was subjugated,
right now.
and France hadn't been too far behind. Even Britain, which had
he's
bravely
laughing at
continued fighting,
The
was on
thumbnail?
its last legs. Despite the inspiration that had come from Winston Churchill's famous "We shall fight them on the beaches" speech, Britain's supposed finest hour was a long way off. If it didn't get help and fast, Hitler would have eventually launched a cross-channel
USA.
invasion into the country that he spent more than
USA.
12 months relentlessly bombing as part of its blitzkrieg. Hitler was achieving all he
Greatest
wanted.
country
Western
ever.
Europe was essentially his, barring some pockets of resistance. Greece and Yugoslavia had fallen, even the initial invasion of the Soviet Union in June 1941 had been a massive success, with Kyiv and Smolensk taken and German troops fast closing in on Moscow.
Okay,
if all had stayed how it was, sooner or later, Europe would have been overrun by the Nazis. Hitler was on top of his metaphorical mountain.
He was on
However,
top of
a
me.
mistake he made at the end of 1941 brought him and the entire Nazi regime crashing down. I
was gonna make this a reaction video, man. I was gonna make this a reaction video. People would have clicked it because I would have put Hitler's face. Oh, man. The 11 most brutal torture methods, Mr. CTS Studios. I like brutal assault.
Sound torture. Archaeological evidence suggests torture was prevalent about 7,000 years ago in early Neolithic Europe, although people were probably being cruel and torture-frenzy for a while longer. Despite torture still being practiced across the world, most Western countries don't use it anymore. For example, the US hasn't used torture since Guantanamo Bay. That place became infamous for using loudspeakers to blast heavy metal music in a small room with a prisoner. Very cruel, except for that one prisoner who
I would have loved it. I would have loved it.
He was actually a fan of heavy metal.
I know.
This torture technique is often combined with
I
long-term
would've enjoyed it. I'd
isolation
be like,
and is used to
"Let's go
cause
home."
severe stress on a prisoner's mental state. Ling Chi. Ling Chi translates to various names like slow process, lingering death, slow slicing, or death by 1,000 cuts. Not a convenient death if you were in a rush. This torture method was part of an execution process used in China around 900 AD. It was also used in Vietnam and Korea. The method was adopted to punish people who committed heinous crimes. In most cases, the condemned person would be strapped to a beam or
I like his
pole.
nipples. Look at his
Subsequently,
nipples.
a knife was used to cut small portions of skin or small body parts. Vital organs or veins were bypassed to make sure the victim would not die prematurely. According to Chinese beliefs, the execution was also a punishment after death,
What the
because the
fuck?
body would not transit whole to the spiritual life.
That's weird.
If you think about it, the not transitioning to spiritual stuff part might be the least concerning thing on your mind.
Yeah.
If you are unlucky, the execution could last several days.
Damn.
And opium could be given to alleviate the suffering. Do you think shopping
Dude.
feels like torture on its own? Visit our Mitzi
Hey,
store and get some
Flapperfo.
cool Mitzi merch
Flapper
today.
meow.
We have tons of different things, like
What's
this
this?
big willy on
Flapper?
a shirt, a little willy on a
Flapper's
little
king.
shirt, a picklehauber on your phone. Oh,
That's a
almost
penis.
forgot. We also have normal stuff, so take your pick.
And they're just walking to him.
If this promo didn't make you depressed,
The 11 most brutal torture methods. I'm also on demon time.
yet, go to MitziStore.com and order now. Or keep watching the video. I mean, who cares? Maybe.
I forgot. Was that an ad? I just
For
got
the
tricked.
introduction of this next device, we go back to the 19th century. Although some
Yes.
historians have argued that the device did not actually exist. But for the sake of this video, we believe that it did. The Iron Maiden is a human-sized casket made from wood and iron spikes. The casket was made of multiple pieces that could be opened to allow a person to enter. The
Enter
shape
me.
of the casket forced the new resident to stand upright for a long time. To make matters worse, the iron spikes would pierce the body of the poor chap inside.
I
The
did that
length of
before.
the spikes
I tried
was
that.
long
It's
enough
not-
to
it's
pierce
not
the
thing.
skin and flesh, but were too short to reach any organs or other vital parts. Obviously, this was done to make sure the victim would suffer during their stay,
I've
but
tried
not
that before.
necessarily die a quick death. Kind of like staying in a Park Plaza hotel. Keel hauling.
There's some freaky motherfucker doing this, not gonna lie.
The name keel hauling comes from the Dutch word keelhaul.
Hi.
The invention of keel
How are
hauling
you?
was basically the result of being on a ship combined with Dutch ingenuity to come up with creative punishments with limited resources. The far-stretching Dutch-Asian trading routes had ships sailing the world seas for many months on end. Many cases of misconduct or mutiny broke out on these ships. To crack down on these revolts, captains enforced severe punishments on the agitators. With keel hauling, a long rope dragged the sailor under the hull of the ship. This method could play out in many ways. However, most outcomes were somewhere between bad and very bad. If it was bad, the sailor would be dragged along the hull, which was usually covered in barnacles. These would cause painful lacerations. If the outcome was very bad, the sailor could die from head trauma, hitting the rocking hull, or simply but obviously drowning, which is the worst nightmare for every Dutch person. Rat
What is wrong with these animations? I don't like this.
torture.
It's a little too realistic. These animations
Most
are too
people
realistic.
are not a fan of rats, and this next torture method is not going to change that. The most famous variant is the bucket rat torture, originating from the Tower of London's Rats Dungeon in the Elizabethan era.
This is bad.
A dark cell near the high water mark would draw
This
in
is
rats
bad.
from the River
I know
Thames.
this is terrible.
The rats started to eat on the limbs of the prisoners while they were still
No,
alive,
no, I like it.
and not a very pleasant experience. During the Dutch Revolt, a pottery bowl filled with rats was placed upside down on the naked body of a prisoner.
And then it crawls
Hot
its way
charcoal
inside.
was piled on the bowl, making the rats inside the bowl panic. Desperate to escape the heat, the rats would eat their way into the bowels of the victim. This process would be quite horrifying and extremely painful, making the victim die a slow death. Later, several South American dictatorships followed up on the rat torture, with
bad.
Argentina refining the
That's
method
bad.
to something called a rectoscope, with rats being inserted into a tube so the rats could gnaw their way into a victim's rectum, elaborating on the expression, not giving a rat's ass. Crucifixion. Crucifixion. A bad thing if you're not into slow deaths, but great if you're trying to promote a religion. Crucifixion was a method of capital punishment, where the victim was tied or nailed to a wooden beam or cross. The victims would be left hanging until they bled to death, or just with the passing of time and not being able to run to a supermarket.
How is this bad?
This method of capital punishment was used by the Persians, Carthaginians, and Romans, among others. During Emperor Titus's invasion of Jerusalem,
the rat
many
was the worst
Jews
one,
were
though.
nailed to crosses. This was done by Jew-hunting Roman soldiers, including Mel Gibson. As mentioned before, victims could be hanged for days or exposed to...
Wait, he just said Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson? What? Mel Gibson? It's this dude. Why is he saying this dude did that? What does this dude have to do with anything? What? What did Mel Gibson do?
As mentioned before, victims could be hanged for days or exposed to the environment and being eaten by vultures. It is believed the most common cause of death during...
Oh, really? Oh, I did not know that. That is crazy.
Crucifixion was
That makes sense
asphyxiation,
now.
with the condemned having serious trouble inhaling due to the hyperextension of the chest. The most famous crucifixion is, of course, the one where they hung Jesus, who died on the cross for our sins and promised he would come back for a visit. Didn't happen yet, still waiting.
I'm still waiting, please. Please.
White room torture.
This
No,
one is
not the
actually
new clubhouse
kinda crazy.
name of the
This
Proud
one is
Boys,
crazy.
but a torture technique using a small cell completely painted white. The effect on the prisoner's mental state would be significant over time. The prisoner would wear white clothing, eat white rice, and drink white milk. With the complete numbing of the senses, the prisoners would experience severe mental stress paired with hallucinations. This torture technique works extremely well for interrogations and is believed to be used in Iranian prisons and by the CIA. The Iranian regime shrugs this off by being totalitarian, obviously. The US just calls it enhanced interrogation instead of torture. It seems both excuses
Yeah, my
work
room is easy.
really well.
At least someone not shoving rat in my ass, yeah. That's probably the
Scaphism.
worst. In my opinion, that's the worst. Don't do that.
Floating on water in a little boat sounds relaxing, right? Well, wrong. We are talking about scaphism here, an ancient Persian method of execution and probably one of the nastiest on our list. Before the whole boat floating stuff, you are fed honey and milk.
Okay.
Thereafter, you are strapped between two boats with your limbs hanging out.
Okay.
Next, you just get a small push, and there you are, floating on water filled with swarms of hungry vermin. With uncontrollable diarrhea, do you want to see this anus? Join our Patreon for uncensored videos. Now.
Yes. Hey guys. It's only $3. Check out this new tutorial. I'm gonna come back to you later.
Let's move on. It wouldn't take long for the vermin to find their way inside the boat and start eating the passenger's body from the inside out. Yikes.
It's amazing how Swear Johnson.
The Brazen Bull.
Is amazing.
The Brazen Bull, also
him.
known as
He's
the
changed a
Bronze Bull,
lot.
Sicilian Bull, or Bull of Phalaris, was an ancient Greek
This
torture
one's
device
bad.
designed in the shape of a bull, obviously. With one door on the side, the condemned was placed inside of it. A fire was set under the bull, heating up the metal structure, frying the victim inside. To make the whole process a true cinematic display, an acoustic apparatus inside the device converted the screams of the condemned into the sound of an infuriated beast. The inventor of the device, Phalaris, was later overthrown by Telemachus. Phalaris suddenly found himself locked inside his own designed bull of Phalaris. Now, literally. He would never hear his own screaming, just the sound of an infuriated bull.
And you can just keep breaking the speaker.
Bamboo torture.
They tie you up.
Bamboo torture. A kind of vegan colonoscopy is a torture method that doesn't need many resources. The victim would be tied in a fixed position, overhanging one or multiple bamboo shoots. There are depictions of victims hanging in a horizontal position. A slower torture method is where the victim is hanging vertically. The bamboo shoot would grow up the victim's arse into his intestines. At this stage, the victim would probably still be alive, but wishing he wasn't. With a growing speed of roughly a few centimeters an hour, the bamboo would slowly pierce the upper torso, eventually killing the victim. Since the body is hanging on a stick, bamboo torture is ideal for cannibalism parties. Blood Eagle.
What is this one? I've never heard of this one before.
The Blood Eagle is a torture technique that appears in Norse literature. A bunch of Vikings thought it would be a cool sight to chop open a man's back, sever his ribs from his spine, and pull their lungs through the gaping hole. The graphic resemblance to a bird shape gave this method the name Blood Eagle. Despite its appearance in Norse literature, there is no archaeological evidence to prove this method was adopted. For example, finding a corpse with chopped up ribs and floating lungs would definitely help. What we do know from research is that the Blood Eagle was more of an execution than an actual torture method. The victim would have died long before he might have thought, damn, I look like a bird now. Check out our new store for cool Mitzi merch.
That's crazy. Blood Eagle is actually the worst. Blood Eagle is the worst. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ray William Johnson. Ray. Remember her? She's in prison now.
So one day, this guy's at work, and we'll just call him...
This is the video, right? You should watch that later. Remember her? She's in prison now. Yep, this is it. Ray William Johnson is Queen. He's Queen Bee.
Digit. And Digit is operating a mechanical truck lift when suddenly, His glove gets caught in the lift, and he pulls and
I
he
think he just
struggles to
asked a
pull it out.
question.
And that is when the machine comes down and slices his finger clean off. All right, but we'll get back to him. This story doesn't actually start with Digit. It starts with this woman,
Who's that?
Ayala. And one night, Ayala is eating at Wendy's,
Yeah?
and she's eating chili. And
Oh,
she
she's
takes a
crazy
bite,
bitch.
and she suddenly bites down onto something crunchy. And she
Oh.
spits it out, and she looks at it, and it appears to be a human finger. And Ayala freaks the hell out. She starts yelling and telling everyone in the restaurant to stop eating because the food is contaminated.
That's
and she's
hilarious,
screaming
Flop.
at the staff and accusing them of tampering with the food. And the store, it immediately shuts down. And they discard the chili, but they save the finger. They actually put it in the freezer. And then they call the police, and the police come investigate. But they're like, this is more of a health code
chili.
violation. This isn't really police jurisdiction. But then
Dumb.
3 hours
chili at
later, the
Chili's.
story has already hit the local news.
Why are you eating chili at a restaurant? Or even, no time you should be eating chili is at your own house.
And then the news starts to spread.
I don't even know.
And then the next day, corporate representatives show up to the restaurant. Now, I don't know what Wendy's corporate representatives look like, so I'm just going to represent them like this. So Wendy's corporate, they show up to the restaurant investigating, because this is a PR nightmare
Yes,
for
they
them.
do.
And they're immediately trying to figure out if what Ayala
Yes,
bit into
they
is an
do.
actual human
Not that
finger.
bad. I've
It
had
is.
some of it.
And they're trying to figure out whose
I've had
finger
my own,
it
but I had
is.
some of it.
So they interview all the employees at the store, they contact suppliers at the factories, but none of them are missing a finger. And
Yes,
within a week
say
of
that.
this happening, Wendy's worst nightmare occurs. This story starts to blow up. It's all over the
bad
news.
tunes.
Late night
Yeah.
talk show hosts are making jokes about it. Ayala gets invited onto Good Morning America to talk about what happened. And she eventually goes and she gets a lawyer and she files a lawsuit against Wendy's because she's about to catch a big paycheck from this. Meanwhile,
Man,
Wendy's is
get
still
off
trying to
that
get to the
shit.
bottom of this. They
Come
hire a
on,
forensics
please.
expert to test whether or not the finger was cooked with the chili
I've seen
or
it
if
too.
it was added
Stop
after the
it.
fact, and they determine it was added after the fact. They also find that there's actually no trace of Ayala's saliva on the finger, meaning she never bit into it. She lied. So Wendy's has all this information, and they're like, this has got to be a hoax. So they contact the police with this new evidence. And then finally, police get involved, and they start investigating.
Whoa,
and to
whoa,
assist this
whoa,
investigation,
what?
Wendy sets up a free hotline and offers a $50,000 reward for any information leading to the actual owner of the finger. And sure enough, people start calling in,
know.
giving them information. And within a week, they get over 300 calls with people making all kinds of wild claims. But one of those callers claims that they had done business with Ayala before and that she was involved in some kind of real estate fraud years ago. So police hear this and they
nasty
really start
little
digging into
bitch.
Ayala's past. Now, during all this, Ayala's still out there doing the media interviews, just enjoying the publicity, soaking up the attention. But slowly, after a honeymoon period in the spotlight, rumors about her start to surface. Like that all the evidence isn't really lining up with her story, and that she has a history of filing lawsuits against big companies. In fact,
Interesting.
it comes out that she had
Organ
filed
harvest,
13
yeah.
different lawsuits
That's
in the
exactly what
past
she
against
is.
Goodyear Tires and El Pollo Loco and against General Motors. And then little by
Don't mess with
little,
El
the
Pollo Loco.
media starts to
El
turn
Pollo
on her,
Loco.
questioning her story. And this gets stressful for Ayala because almost 2 weeks
These
later,
animations-
bam,
the
she
pictures are
suddenly
crazy.
drops her lawsuit, saying the pressure of being in the public spotlight is just too much for her. And she immediately stops doing all these interviews.
Interesting.
But by this time, Wendy's has had so much bad press from this, and sales are starting to slip, and they're losing revenue because
Yeah.
people think there's gonna be fingers in their food.
Yeah.
In fact, at this point, Wendy claims they're losing over
like
$1
that woman
million
from my
a
video.
day from this scandal. So
Suing every company because she unscrewed the handlebars. Huh? Starman did a video like that? Nice. She went out.
Wendy's is like, no,
probably.
we're getting to the bottom
Probably.
of this. We need to clear our name.
Why is your
Then,
chest red?
around that time, out of nowhere, boom, police arrest Ayala. But
Ooh.
not for the finger chili hoax. It's for the real estate fraud
okay,
that
okay.
police were tipped off about on
Never
the
mind.
Wendy's hotline.
Never mind.
And police also arrest Ayala's husband, this guy, Jamie. Because during that same investigation, they discovered that Jamie owed over $400,000 in back child support. Damn. And of
No,
course, Wendy's
she
is
doesn't,
super happy
sadly.
about this. But they still need to figure out whose finger was in the chili so that
Did
they
it?
can clear their name. And so that people will start eating at Wendy's again. So they go and they increase that $50,000 reward to $100,000. And that is where someone finally calls in with a lead.
Well, Okay. I know the story of the girl, the Wendy's girl. She is the daughter of the founder of Wendy's. I'm pretty sure. I don't 100% quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure she is the daughter. Like, the founder took inspiration from his daughter.
This guy,
But
Mike.
I don't know.
Now, Mike owns an asphalt
She's my
business,
body
and one
pillow.
day he calls into the hotline and tells them a story about
You
how a
go,
while
Flopper.
back one of his
Go,
employees
Flopper.
had lost a finger. It had gotten caught in a truck lift and it was severed off. That employee
No.
is Digit.
No,
and about a month
Junes.
after he lost his finger, Digit brought that severed
Stop.
finger
Oh.
to work to show it off to the other employees. Like, hey,
Oh.
look at my finger. And one of the other employees who worked there at the time was Jamie, Ayala's husband. So Jamie offers to buy Digit's severed finger from him for like $100. I'm not making that up. And Digit agrees. And then Jamie and Ayala, of course, then use this finger to pull off the Wendy's finger chili scam. So police don't have to
Damn.
arrest Jamie and Ayala because they'd already been arrested. But here's her mugshot, and here's his.
Oh
And
shit, dude, he's sexy.
they charge them with felony attempted grand larceny, and she ends up pleading guilty, and she gets sentenced to 9 years in prison, while Jamie must have been the mastermind because he was sentenced to 12 years in prison. And they're both ordered to pay $21.2 million in restitution to Wendy's. And the harshest punishment they got? Both of them are banned from Wendy's for life. Wendy doesn't fuck around.
$100 for a finger is a steal. Wow. They literally fucked their life over a Wendy's scam. They literally fucked their life over a Wendy's scam. Mind boggling. My mind. Oh, she wet. She wet. I like it. She wet. She wet. Look at her. She wet. Okay. Imagine being the police, seeing someone buying a finger. Oh my god. Dude, is it like... I don't know, that's not organ trafficking, right? Right? That's not organ trafficking, right? I don't know. I would never know. You would never know. Not even money scam. Just a cloud chaser bitch. Yeah! Couldn't have said it any better, Tunes. Couldn't have said it any better. Smash. White parents of 15-year-olds say they fear pedophile. PDF files. Man in the mirror. Plankton voice AI. Okay. Oof, I said B. Ooh. It's okay. I can just get rid of it. What's wrong with this Greta girl? Any videos we got? Any videos? What should we watch? Or do? Want me to play a game? I'll play a game. What should we do? Tony Sego chose MK. OJ is dead. I like MMA. This is MMA. Or is this boxing? Or MMA? Which one is it? Master Ojui. Okay, yeah, but you gotta use your brain. You can punch hard and fast, but you need stamina and you need to move. Being that big is not gonna be able to move like that. Relax.
I'm in the club rockin' Louis. I seen a bitch and she bad and bougie. She got red hair and her ass is moving. I don't want to stare too long, but I had to go walk her. She a little free. Ex bitch calling my phone D&D.
Shit, I wanna listen to that song again. That song's beautiful.
See that? If you don't lock down these sides here and these...
West side, What do you mean? 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 How? Why now? Where's he going? What's happening?
These access points, this is what's going to happen. Now, this is how bad we're going to lose. Watch this number.
Damn. Dude, old man got the Vietnam experience.
You have to stay here. If you don't lock down a side,
he's got the Vietnam experience
you
in him.
might as well not even play in this game. This match, on this map.
He's got like PTSD. Look at him go. He thinks he's in war right now. Someone needs to tell Gramp it's okay. No, just kidding. He just shared his dick. He wants to make more. Why you gotta do that, man? Why you gotta do that?
See that?
Damn.
You don't lock.
Damn. Grandpa got some crazy shots in. My man is better than me, and I've been playing for 15 years. Grandpa's cooking, just like he cooked in Vietnam War, baby. Yeah. Dude is nuts. You should see him sniping. Whew. Whoa, 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 whoa. Streamer leaves woman drowning. No way.
So there's this idiot streamer by the name of Natalie Reynolds. Y'all might...
What? Oh, she's right here too. Okay, I guess we're going on a Natalie Reynolds.
Remember this woman. We actually covered her a few videos back.
Do you guys know who Natalie Reynolds is? Because we're going into a deep path.
This is the same idiot that painted her body naked and then went to a public gym to harass people for clout and views. And this is also the same idiot that went on to another person's private property to record a stream because that person was a registered sex offender and she wanted to provoke him in order to get a reaction out of him and make him do something to her so that she could go viral on her stream. Yeah, she's a different type of stupid. Well, now this idiot is receiving a lot of backlash for this stream that she had where she dared a woman to jump into the lake for $20 even though she knew the woman couldn't swim.
Why are you jumping in the water for $20 if you can't swim? Why? Why are you jumping in the water if you can't swim for $20? That's flowing water too. That water is flowing. It's going somewhere. And you can't swim. What? $20? That's it? What are you, a fiend?
Right? No. No. All right. I was. You know why I wasn't going to? Because my feet were getting.
You should just jump in right now.
I'm gonna jump in with my shoes on.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Ready?
Okay. She may be like. She may have not a disability, but like a mental disability. You know what I mean? She may have some like mental disability, just the way she's talking. So that means she fucked up even more. This bitch, I will sock the shit out of her. And I don't condone that.
Oh.
Oh,
You said it was okay.
You said you wanted to swim.
You told me to jump
Yeah,
in.
she's
I didn't
moving.
tell you to jump in.
Yes, you did.
You said you were gonna. Thank you guys. We're gonna have you guys get up.
So as you can see, this idiot dared this woman to jump into the lake, and when she did, and after the woman jumps into the lake, she starts asking for help to get out of the lake. And you can even hear the woman saying that Natalie was the one that told her to jump into the lake and that it would be okay. And of course, this deceiving little bitch gets caught lying when she tells the woman, "I didn't tell you to jump in the lake," which then her friend comes behind and says, "Yes, you did."
Good for him.
I didn't tell you to jump in.
Her.
Yeah, you did.
So even the
Yeah,
people
good for
that she
him.
with calls her out for being a fucking liar. Now, why this woman would jump in a lake knowing she can't swim for $20, I have no
Piss me
idea
the
why.
fuck off.
You know, I guess she thought that because this idiot is a streamer and a content creator that she probably thought she would have some type of help on standby for when she did this. But still, to risk your life for $20,
Yeah.
knowing you can't swim, I just don't even understand why you would go along with this. $20 is not...
Yes, $20 ain't shit, man.
Enough
Especially if I
money to
can't
risk
swim,
your
I'm
health
risking my life.
and well-being
It's like he
and
said.
potentially die.
This
But
man's
after this
genius.
woman jumps into the lake, you can
This
hear
man's
her
a
calling
genius.
for help because she can't swim. And you won't believe what these idiots do when this woman calls for help while she's potentially drowning.
I can't swim. I can only float.
Oh, she might literally die.
Probably, I'm trying to,
No, stop. Seriously, don't stop.
Kinda
Please, you're
mentally
actually freaking me
unstable,
out. No, please.
Is no one
Please,
helping her
don't.
though?
No, please, she's floating. I'm gonna fucking kill myself. She says she's drowning.
Oh, this is bad.
No one's helping? No way. No way no one's helping. And they're just walking away? Oh no.
Oh.
Look how many people there is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What'd I do? 6, 7.
Sorry, I didn't know. Wait.
8.
Oh, this is bad.
Dude, Natalie.
And this guy's not even part with them, but they're there.
She said she's drowning. She said
9.
she's drowning.
I think you literally just murdered a lady.
No, I didn't. I swear.
I think you
No, I didn't. Let's go. Dude, she's drowning in the lake.
I didn't even see that guy. 10. There was 10 people there. And no one's helping. Oh, and then...
Nah, this is bad.
Natalie.
Dude, you all, everyone
really
in
bad.
that car.
That's right. While
is a
this woman
low-life
is
piece of
drowning in
shit.
the lake, these idiots continue to record. They still got the stream up. They're still recording. They're still carrying it on like everything is fine. And they're laughing and joking about it. And it's just a funny matter. The situation got so serious that the fire department had to be called out there and potentially go out here and rescue this lady who is drowning while they are in the car, still recording, still streaming.
Up, man.
Nobody attempted to try to help this woman. Nobody jumped in the water to try to save this woman's life.
This
She
bitch
was just gonna
deserves to
keep on
die.
floating, and they just was laughing, and everybody
Some
just
people
walked
don't
away like it
deserve
was all
life.
just a
ain't
game.
gonna lie.
And now the fire department has to be called because of this stupid ass dare by these fucking idiot streamers and content creators just
She didn't even
doing
get
the
her
dumbest
$20
shit
either.
ever. Taking up resources for they dumb ass shit. Now I say the fire department was called out there to potentially save this woman's life because according to reports, we're not even sure if this woman survived. That's right.
What?
There is a report going around that this idiot Natalie Reynolds could be facing charges for manslaughter / murder and reckless
Murder,
endangerment
like-
after an article comes out indicating that the homeless woman that she dared to jump into the lake
Oh,
drowned.
she's homeless?
Now I'm hoping that this is not the
Wait, what'd you
homeless
say?
woman that she dared to jump
Hey, homeless? What is it? Oh, homeless. Damn.
into the lake drowned.
So-
Now I'm hoping that this is not true. I'm hoping that woman
Yeah.
is, alive and well. I'm hoping that somebody was able to go out there and
Shit,
save
man.
her life. It's sad and unfortunate that, for $20,
press her.
I mean, she was just probably trying to get $20
I
to
had
get some
some
food
pull,
or just to survive
I
out
would
here
press
being
her.
homeless. And these motherfuckers took advantage of somebody who's at
I
the
would
most
press her so
vulnerable point
hard,
in their
she would
life.
have to quit.
It just goes to show you
If I
what
had
people
any
would
pull.
do anything, bro, for some views, for some attention, for some clout, bro. I mean, I don't know what the fuck
Even if
is
she
wrong with people
didn't die,
nowadays.
that's- oh, yeah, it's-
Idiots
yeah,
like
still
this do
attempted
not
murder,
deserve
yeah.
to be
Yeah,
born on this
conspiracy,
earth.
yeah.
They do not deserve to be allowed to stay.
They can get her in any type of charge. Any type of charge. She can't swim. They have video evidence of her even saying she's drowning. And all of them are walking away. All of them are gonna get a murder charge. Or attempted murder charge or whatever.
On
Or
this
conspiracy.
planet. Why are we even allowing stupid motherfuckers like this to roam this earth? They need to be knocked the fuck out. Seriously.
please. Yes, please.
Somebody just
Preach.
needs to start whooping some of these streamers' asses.
Preach.
I'm advocating for it. Death to all these kick streamers.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll take part.
I mean, the people on this platform are just absolutely fucking morons, bro, that are taking advantage of this platform, not having any strict regulations, just
Nope.
allowing people to do
And of
whatever
course she
the
was on
fuck they
Kick.
want to.
You noticed that.
Degeneracy is all over this
noticed
goddamn
that.
platform.
She was on Kick.
And nobody seems to care as long as it's making money.
I will stand on my 10 toes. Kick is for criminals. and degenerates. That's all I'm gonna say.
The shit people do
I
for
do not
money,
like
bro,
Kick.
it's just really, really sickening, bro. I
I'm not
mean,
gonna
no
go on a
self-respect
platform I don't like.
whatsoever. No human decency whatsoever. These people need, bro, that whole Kick platform just needs to be burned to the goddamn ground. If they not gonna do nothing about it, bro, burn that motherfucker to the ground. I mean, I'm telling you, every last one of these dumbass streamers are all on this one platform, just doing the most outlandish, stupid shit in the world. And this is why you need to have regulations on platforms. This is why motherfuckers need to be banned from doing shit, because you can't have this type of shit
That is
going
low-key
on.
murder on the
These
stream.
motherfuckers
You
really
definitely
feel
burn
like
that.
they are invincible.
Hey,
These
shoes,
streamers
not
really
bad.
feel like they
No,
are
what do you expect,
invincible and
bro?
above everybody else.
What do you expect, bro? Kick does not ban anyone unless you force them to ban someone. Kick don't do nothing. Kick don't do anything. And if they do ban you, they'll ban you for a week. That's it. At max. No matter what you do. You could literally kill someone. And they could ban you for 10 days. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Kick is weird.
And they
I
are
don't like
paying
it.
people to do the stupidest stuff in the world, harming themselves, and they do not care as long as they get the views and they get some money. Taking advantage of a homeless woman, $20 for her to potentially die because it would be good for some views, or it would look good
Well, that's
on a
Kick. Kick is
stream, or
different. Kick
because
is
it
not
might
there.
go viral. It's
But
going
yeah,
viral,
people on
right?
Twitch-
It's going viral to show how much of
I know someone on Twitch that just got banned. They had to file appeal because they were just playing Minecraft. The guy's edgy, but like, he was playing Minecraft, and they banned him when he was just playing Minecraft. He appealed and they took it away, but I'm just saying, what?
an idiot you
On
are, and
Twitch,
how
yeah, I
a
mentioned
lack
that.
of respect you have for
It's like,
others.
"Oh, you
This
doing,
woman is
lady?
flat
Bad
out
girl."
stupid, bro. Like, I hope she gets charged, and I
Yeah,
hope she does
bad girl.
a good
See
amount
you
of time in
tomorrow.
jail, because that seems going to be. I'm telling you right now,
That's hilarious.
going to jail is going to be a very humbling experience for this woman.
Oh,
like
yeah.
when your freedoms
Oh,
are
yeah.
taken away and you're not allowed to just roam around this
Yeah.
planet free and be
Give
able to
me
do
it.
whatever the fuck you want to.
Mhm.
She needs to go to jail, have her freedoms taken away to understand
yeah.
that being free in this world is a privilege. I hope
Oh, yeah. You know what? I like this dude. I'm gonna subscribe to him. I like this dude. Okay, let's see what this guy is.
Okay, guys. What kind of candy you guys want?
I want chocolate.
As a parent,
kind of
the free
chocolate do
candy
you
van.
want?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
I've noticed this. I remember this part. Yeah.
there's a bunch of cops.
my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Get out of the car!
By the way, why should live? I know. You know, like you're hanging with your friends and like you low key did some bad shit, like you may have broke something, or like you knocked. An example, you knocked the trash can down. You're gonna like laugh and giggle. That's how she was acting. Like she was with her friends. They did a little oopsie. That's not criminal offense, but dude, you're killing someone and you're laughing about it. Like it's a fun time. Get some help. It ain't fun. Damn, bro. And she ain't gonna change.
So, I don't like to make videos like this. I like to make videos on things I find funny, like weird TikTok ads or
cruiser speeds through the
So there's this idiot streamer by the name of
She might be a genuine. Could be. Yeah, you never know. You never know. You never know. Put it in my mouth. You gonna watch this. We gonna watch this. We gonna watch this. We gonna have a good time. We gonna have a good time.
out of the vehicle for me.
In today's episode, we are going to look at an interesting case involving Officer Anthony Hare, who was caught with a female suspect in the backseat of a police car. On August 14, 2023, the San Diego Police Department responded to a car theft involving a male and a female suspect. They were both caught at a convenience store.
Suspect male. So these police officers are gonna get down and dirty. Very dirty. Thank you.
Hey, why are you guys tripping on me? Hey, just listen to him.
Put your hands behind your back.
She must have a cake on her. If he's hitting it, she must have cake on her.
Listen to him.
I can't come out on Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back. I'm gonna fuck you. That's exactly what the police officer said in his head.
Don't do it. Why are you guys?
Okay, what is happening? This is way too long. Okay.
Alright, go ahead and stand up for me.
Yeah, roll over.
Okay, where's the lady? Where's the lady?
Can you get the other one?
Yeah, hold on one second.
Alright, when you work.
What?
Okay.
Ew, she's not even like that. I mean, you never know.
Is this car good?
Never know. Oh, she do got cake. Ow, she got the cake. Ow, ow. She caked up, dog. Look at her. I can't, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Alright. You're gonna come with me to my car. So let's go.
Oh, he said you heard him when he said it.
Oh, let's go.
About asking me.
Yeah. This way.
Oh no. It's a cat.
He said he was gonna ask me. What's that? Why are you the only mean one?
I'm not mean.
Bro, you're the only dick right
No, we can
honestly,
talk more once we get into the car, okay? I got your...
Sorry for calling that, but...
I got your... Not your duffel bag.
What's happening? What's gonna happen?
Bag, I got all of that. Your makeup.
What's gonna happen?
Not really. Like, when you're doing your job, I understand. But...
What's gonna happen?
But... Why would you hate it like that? I just want...
Uh-oh. I'll be back. I'm just gonna rush. Okay.
Perfect.
Whoa. Oh, you like, okay, my fault. I was confused. I thought you meant something different. My fault. It's okay, man. Just let me know. I want you guys to be authentic. If it's getting boring, let me know, because then I can switch it up, okay? All honestly.
I don't want to pinch your skin.
Don't be afraid to say that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Don't be afraid.
Officer Anthony Hare put the female suspect into the back of the car. She started flirting with him on the way to the station, asking him about his personal life. Officer Hare was not professional and entertained her advances.
Why are you asking that? What do you mean? I'm cool to you.
Oh, okay. I'm interested. What subject? Let me know. I low-key liked history. History is my favorite. System.
That's what
I mean.
If I were in your shoes,
Head south on Denver Street.
What, man? What? Why you serve me? What?
I'm not too sure. I'll tell you later.
Damn. Oh no.
Me? Once in a while.
Oh, sir.
Whatever.
I need new headphones.
Hold on, turn.
Is he gonna get, like, just pray for me?
That's
Can I
good.
pass? Okay, I will. I will. I got you, bro. I got you. Okay, what is happening? This video is low-key too damn long. I don't want to see the video of him driving.
After Officer Hare and the female suspect flirted for a few minutes, the conversation took a huge turn. The female suspect then asked the officer to join her in the back seat to have fun.
A little bit. Well, I can't hear you now.
It's just if he was an officer and a girl trying to attract him. You've watched enough of my streams. You watched enough of my streams. You should know what will happen. You should know what will happen. I'll suck the shit out of that bitch. Yeah, you're right. They was.
Don't say that right now. No, I said don't say that right now because everything's being recorded right now.
Oh no!
What's going on?
Oh, I guess we turn that shit up real quick. Oh. Oh, that was amazing. This guy, whoever this police officer is, he's a W. He's a W. That's nuts.
After Officer Hare asked what was going on in the back seat, he decided to turn off his body cam. However, what he didn't know was that the police cruiser had GPS, which showed Officer Hare slowing down, turning onto a residential street, and eventually stopping.
Yes, he was so excited. He loved it. He probably loved it. That is nuts. He got tracked down. Okay, I don't like care.
Alright, sir, step out of the vehicle for me.
Oh shit, he got caught.
114 yellow. What code for? Everything just went wrong. Okay, hold on. Let me turn my camera off.
Damn.
She's code 4? She's code 4. Okay. Yeah, let me turn this off real quick.
According to the investigator, the supervisor switched off his body cam because he did not want Officer Hare to incriminate himself. After 30 minutes, Officer Hare took the female suspect to the station.
Damn, bro got... Let a man have fun. Damn, man, let him... What is this?
So I was like this, and then...
Yeah, he does, yeah.
How you ended up inside.
So yeah, so she
Damn, I
was
kind of feel bad for dude.
there.
Look at him. He looks young. Look at him. He looks young too. He doesn't even look old.
You want me to see how she was laying down?
Look at man. He looks young. He looked like he's about like in his mid-20s. That's crazy.
How you ended up inside.
So yeah, so she was laying down. Her face was over there. And then I was
It
just
was a small mistake, man. He's young. Dude, let him a dude. He looks young. He doesn't look like a... There's a difference if he's like a 40-year-old, 50-year-old dude. Come on, man. You've been around the block. You're experienced. You shouldn't get in a situation like that.
And then so this is when I was shaking her, and then this is when I went in. But then I don't know if I had my hand like this, and then something like that happened, and I kicked it with my foot like that, and then I was in, and then I was waking her up like this.
Yeah. It's okay, man. Do your shit. It was getting emotional. Yeah. I know it's emotional. Trust me. I cried. I played the game twice. I cried twice.
Waking her up. I heard the door click behind me.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, so yeah,
I didn't play the second one though.
I
didn't play the second one.
Click behind me. I positioned myself like this. And I already knew that there was no door handle, but I was just like frantic.
Okay, what's this man doing? This man's just yapping. Did he get in trouble?
And then next thing you know, I hear the door close on me. I was frantic. I was looking, and then that's when she started.
Dude, he's shaking in front of the officer. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Stuff, whatever. And then that's when I asked her, like, "Hey, are you having a hard time breathing?" She said, "No." "Do you need medics?" "No." I was like, "Okay, all right, just stay right there." And then that's when I was trying to open the door.
Yeah, you can see he's shaking the way he's like moving his hands and shit. That's just
okay. And then that's when I went on D2.
All right, you can jump up. That's your butt.
Do you mind?
Yeah, he's fired. Dude's fired. Dude is fired. Yeah, dude is fired. That is crazy. Crazy. Trying to open something else. He's trying to spread them legs. He was trying to spread them legs. Am I right, Tony? He trying to spread them legs. Oh, Philly. Sick. Beyonce photo shoot made Ice Spice. Nice. The humiliating downfall of Bravo. I saw her. What? What? Oh, do you know the situation? Oh my god. I'm so happy this came back up. Oh.
There's a crazy clip from Pokemon's stream going viral right now that I really want to talk about, but it also made me want to speak on a story I'd never told.
What did you say? He needed only 30 minutes, bro. Then fire him. I've seen this, so watch this. This is crazy.
About an experience I've had that's somewhat similar to the one she describes here, at least in terms of creepiness. And, well, now I finally have a reason to get that baby off my chest here, so that's gonna be cathartic. Let's dive in.
Many, many years ago, when I was like super omega active on YouTube and I was working with a lot of different editors, there was one editor in particular that I would work with a lot because his edits were really, really good. But he had one major problem, which was that sometimes out of nowhere, his videos would just be like a week or two late. Months go by and he messages me out of the blue and he says, "Hey, do you have time to talk? I'm ready to finally tell you why I've been struggling so much with deadlines."
In the history of the human race, I don't think there has ever been a good ending to the sentence, "Hey, do you have a minute to talk?" That always precedes the most vile shit you'll ever hear in your life. I can't even imagine a situation where you'd hear that sentence and think anything other than the most negative thing you'll ever hear is about to happen. Like, imagine you're in heaven and the Lord pulls you aside right in front of the pearly gates and he says, "Hey, you got a minute to talk?" Well, you immediately assume you're just going to hell. Like, there's just no world where that sentence ever precedes good news.
Tell me why he proceeds to tell me that the reason why he would sometimes turn around videos a week or two late is because he couldn't stop touching himself.
No!
I was trying to pick which word to use.
No!
To me, his, in a way, employer of many, many months.
No!
Stop for a second and really let that stew in your noodle. Let it marinate for a bit. How Coomer-brained must you be, not only to do this degenerate act of just fucking beating your meat to a streamer's gameplay footage that you're editing, but then tell her that the reason you're late on some of the edits is because you can't stop squeezing your hog to the footage that she sends you.
Yes, sir.
There are so many layers to this onion here. Let's just start by picking apart the most obvious. Why? Now, I know in the most severe cases of porn addicts, they'll sometimes try and communicate directly to the porn star by, like, leaving comments or sending messages or whatever, and that's always the saddest shit you'll ever see. That'll bring a tear to even the strongest man's eyes. Occasionally you'll see those moments where dudes try and directly communicate to the porn star, leaving comments on their posts saying things like, "Can't wait to watch this one when I'm off work," or "When my wife goes to..."
Oh my god. She was so happy. Just like, I wasn't even naked, and he was beating his meat to me? What? Yeah, he did something right.
The bed, that's when the bad boy will play. Thanks for providing me with tonight's entertainment, whatever. Like, just leaving these desperate posts,
like,
you know, cock in hand, giving a salute, like,
of a bitch.
Thank you, madame, for your service. This will be a legendary gooning sesh. But even in those cases, they're communicating with someone they don't know. This guy was her editor for many months. And he was not only jerking off to the content he was being sent, which was just gameplay videos, I imagine, or like just chatting stream moments. Nothing even sexual. And he was still choking the chicken to it, fucking playing the skin flute, and then had the gall to tell her that he was doing that is just incomprehensibly unhinged. She was his boss. She was employing him. So he basically went right through HR, bypassed that protocol, went straight to the top of the food chain, kicked in the door, and said, "Listen, boss, I'm fucking obliterating my wiener, and what are you gonna do about it? That's why I've been late on my deadlines." Like, I don't think he came in with that energy. I bet he was like super shy about it. He was probably like, "Oh, Pokimane, so I know I've been kind of late recently, but it's
I do that all the time, bro. It's a normal thing.
Ooh, how do you say jerking off to your work?
When I tell you I've never halted a conversation so fast, because I'm like, you are the person that I send like hours of footage to. I don't want to know what you're jacking it to. I don't want to know more. I shouldn't even know how much I know right now. I shouldn't know.
I'd actually argue that it's better she did know this, no matter how awful it is. But that way she can get the fuck away from this weirdo ASAP. Just say, take a hike, Buster.
No.
This is fucking terrible.
But
did she just low-key tell us she was doing it to her feet? Oh, no. That guy is a weak freak.
I felt so bad. So when he's like, you know, like, this is like an addiction of mine, I genuinely felt really, really bad. So I still paid him for months. What the hell do I do? Fire him? Am I even allowed to fire someone because they're...
That's definitely towards the top of the list for the best reasons to fire someone. That actually...
We're trying to see Pokey? Oh, okay.
That's definitely towards the top of the list.
Yep.
Felt jacking it to. I don't want to know more. I shouldn't even know how much I know right now. I shouldn't know.
I'd actually argue that it's better she did know this, no matter how awful it is. But that way she can get the fuck away from this weirdo ASAP. Just say, take a hike, Buster. This is fucking terrible.
But I felt so bad.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So when he's like, you know, like, this is like an addiction of mine, I genuinely felt really, really bad. So I still paid him for months.
Yeah.
What the hell do I do? Fire him? Am I even allowed to fire someone because they're...
That's definitely towards the top of the list for the best reasons to fire someone. That actually might be reason number one why you could go ahead and can somebody. Because they can't stop fucking beating their cock to you, their employer. And they're also not doing their job well by being 1 to 2 weeks late. Which, by the way, is a long time of just fucking gooning here. This degenerate would miss...
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? What the fuck are you doing?
His deadlines by a week or even up to 2 weeks because he was obsessively polishing his scepter to his employer. You 100% can and should fire someone.
To be honest, he can sue her. He can sue her. Right, guys? He can sue her. Because what you said, fueling his addiction. He can sue her. You're giving me my drug. I'm gonna sue you. Because she is sending him footage. Am I right? Am I right? I think I'm right. I don't even know.
like this. It's not like the Better Business Bureau is going to defend him. You're not going to have agents show up at your door knocking and be like, hey, listen, we know what happened here. You discriminated against this kind, gentle sir. You fired him just because he was obsessively masturbating to you. Well, I'll have you know this is a free country, ma'am. This is a civilized society. You can't fire someone for that. There's no crime. What is the charge? Busting a nut? An immaculate gooey nut?
Some kind of soft spot.
This
Ooh, you
is
never know.
democracy.
She did say she liked him because he was her best editor. She said she sent most of her work to him because he was the best editor for her.
Manifest.
She liked his edits
that
and
just
stuff.
wouldn't happen. But I actually understand why she was hesitant to do that. And this is where I'm going to get into a story I don't think I've ever told. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Should
I keep watching the whole 8 more minutes? Because he doesn't talk anything about Pokimane. Should I keep on watching the whole video? Because he doesn't talk anything about Pokimane anymore. Or whatever happened. He goes off on a rant. I didn't even watch the full video. I just stopped after he was talking about whatever he was talking about. Imagine hiring a woman and she wanted to. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I just fucking broke my phone case. Even the guy is Mr. Beast. Oh no, you'd be surprised. Some women out there are really weird. Really weird. Really weird. It's something like that would happen. What would happen? It would happen. Weird though.
I had something somewhat similar happen a long time ago. Not to this level, but something closely related. So a while back, I used to just accept any voice acting role I was offered by...
Yeah, he just goes into here. I don't know, it's not even really important. I don't know, if you guys wanted to see it, I can go back to it, obviously. But... what's not similar? No, it's not. No way.
There's a crazy clip from and should fire someone like that. Well, I'll have you to get into a story I don't think I've ever told. I'm pretty sure I haven't. Where I had something somewhat similar happen.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. This guy's lying. It was not somewhat similar.
Been a long time ago. Not to this level, but something...
We need more lore narrated by Just Ty. What do you mean? What kind of lore? I like narrating lore.
Closely
I like lore.
So
like lore.
A while back, I used to just accept any voice acting role I was offered by any human being with a pulse on the planet.
It's not somewhat
if
similar.
They said they needed voice lines done, I would do them for free just because I really enjoyed doing it. It's actually how I met Jackson. And if you have ever watched the official podcast, you'll know that our X-Men origin story...
Okay, let me tell you this. Moist Critical. What he explains here is he was doing a voice acting job for this guy, and then as he was speaking, the guy behind the recording thing while he was recording the voices was beating his shamit. Moist Critical did not know until the guy came out and said, "I'm beating my meat," and then they became best friends, and now he's in videos. Yeah, I know, I don't either. So that's what happened. And he's this guy. Where is he? This is the guy, him right here. This guy. This is the guy. This is the guy. He got scammed. It was a fake setup. All he wanted to do was smash his some meat. So he hired him because he liked his voice. It was fake. All he wanted was to get it done. I like spread misinformation. I wanna die. Shit, man. Well, I don't want to. Okay. Truth or dare? Truth or dare? Bad tunes, truth or dare?
I might play.
Would you play this game? Check it out.
Damn it! I dare you not to die. It's okay, Floppa. Okay. Tell me who your crush is. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. Tell me your most embarrassing stories. Why not? Give me a. Both of you, tell me your most embarrassing stories.
Let us know what you think and help us make the game better.
My crush used to be a furry. I just see booty. I like booty. Booty's nice. Booty's nice to me. Okay. Do you know Bevo? Bevo? Bevo?
Might have heard of Bevo. It's probably better if you hadn't, but at this point, we kind of got to play the cards we're dealt.
Do you know what Bevo
to cut a
is?
long story
I don't know
short,
who this
got
dude
famous
is,
on
but
TikTok
I've seen him.
for swallowing food in a weird way. I wish I could dress it up as something else, but it is as obsolete as that.
Let's get right into that.
Damn, man. It's wild.
Yeah, that's a really cool party trick, mate. Here's
Wild.
1.4 million followers. Now, I'm
wild,
actually
bro.
not here to dog on Bevo's come up, because the come up, in comparison to
wild
what he's
thing.
doing now, it was actually pretty good. Unfortunately, though, that doesn't matter anymore,
waiting for
because
you,
he's gone from
Flapper.
swallowing his food
Bevo
to
equals
swallowing
Bevo.
his pride. He's got a new...
Equals Canada.
I can't even keep a straight face when
Yeah, just a picture. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And Canada equals snow. Snow equals cocaine. Cocaine equals Colombia. Colombia equals the Latinas. And then the Latinas equals happy time.
I'm recording this. He's got a new career path now, and I'll let him describe it in his own words.
That's a slave?
Yeah,
having a job?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, I'll have a job
Yeah,
shagging.
so wait.
Bevo shouldn't be real, but he definitely is. The guy's gone off the deep end, and it is hard to watch, but it is also very funny. For us, anyway. For him, it's probably tearing him up inside. But luckily for us, he has gone on the Whatever podcast to explain his new lifestyle. And the amount of clips that have come out of this, it's unprecedented. It really is.
All right, so open relationship. So what does that look like for you guys since you're...
Is it all girls?
Relationship?
Just sex galore.
Now, comparatively, these clips are actually somehow tame compared to what comes later. Bevo comes
Not
across
Canada.
like a teenager that just
He's
has
the
lost their
UK
virginity.
champ.
I mean, it's Bevo, to be fair, it's kind of to be
Who watches
expected, but he's the
4-hour-long
perfect
shit.
guest for this podcast. I mean, they normally just get the
What 4 hour? What are you talking about?
stupidest guests on. They argue like their red pill philosophy
Not Canada, he's a UK
is
champ.
against genuine idiots. And it's like shooting fish in a barrel, and this podcast with Bevo is no different.
But I'm not like trying to be dating like 5 chicks at a time, sleeping with multiple girls at a time. Not really my thing.
You would if you could, though.
Podcast, I mean.
Oh, I could.
The podcast is 4 hours long? The podcast is 4 hours long?
Yeah, I know you could, but you probably would. Or you just...
What do you mean?
Now, I don't know what I expected from a guy that swallows food for a living, but Bevo, he is stupid. I know you can, but if you could,
It
you
makes
would.
sense.
Nobody in that room has any idea what he's trying to say. That is probably for the best, because when he starts putting words in actual sentences, it gets bad. It gets really
Bevo
bad.
looks
I mean,
like
they
that
weren't
Mr.
even pressing him
Beast
straight
filter.
away. They did
Yes.
kind of let him dig his own grave. He was setting the
Yes.
scene, and when you hear him
That's
talk, it's kind of
hilarious, you're
obvious
right.
why he has ended up in this position.
Do you
Mr.
remember
Beast's
dating
spec
how it was
cousin.
before
I'm
you
so
got
sorry.
clout?
Oh, shit. I didn't even get a look in.
If you were on a dating app, bro, you'd have to message
Yeah,
like
of course,
20
yeah.
chicks, and then you'd get one date, and then 50% chance she's
I
gonna
had Tinder
click.
for a day before I met her, and I had 300 matches.
Yeah, Bevo is the man. He's Hugh Hefner. We have known this for a while. That's old news. It's when the
He
camera
is the,
goes to his now girlfriend. That's when
uh,
things get a little bit interesting.
Sophia, what about you?
I can't cook and I can't clean, but I can sew.
Yeah.
So.
Now, my favourite part of this clip is when Bevo gives that little, like, yeah, under his breath.
Yeah.
He wants people to know that he is indeed involved in this exchange. And to be fair, if you sell your soul, you kind of want people to acknowledge it. In Bevo's case, he definitely took this way too far. I mean, he ran this bit into the ground very quickly.
Yeah.
Wait, so
10
like,
out of 10 video game of the year.
Role.
She's the breadwinner.
Are you the breadwinner?
Yeah.
You're the breadwinner.
Yeah,
Okay.
but when she tells you to bark, I woof. Do you know what I mean? So, just saying, woof. Tell me to bark. Woof woof.
Now, for some reason, she does actually look terrified. With the way his teeth are looking, it might just be because she thinks he might bite her. I wouldn't be surprised, but either way, the bit is just already so tired. Like, normally, if you're trying to sell this persona for money, like, you'll put your back into it. But he genuinely does have the enthusiasm of a dead man. And with that in mind, he might just genuinely be dead inside. And the more these clips go on, the more you kind of find out why.
I like to play video games
I bring
too.
her friends, parties.
You bring her male friends?
Yeah.
Wait, so your male friends will...
Yeah.
What's the term? Shag?
Yeah,
Like
shag, yeah.
shag,
a
do a
lot of
shag?
shagging.
What?
Yeah, just love it.
Yeah, the tone of his voice does indeed tell me that he does love
Oh,
it.
the
The thing that sells
podcast
it for me
makes sense,
personally
dude.
are just the looks over at her. She doesn't look
Look,
back once,
you're in
and
this.
she
Woo.
does just look disgusted.
A lot of shagging.
Yeah.
His eyes look sad. His eyes look very sad. They can look sadder, and you're going to
He's
see
not having
proof
a
of
good
that as
time.
this podcast goes on. Normally with
It's
these
6 hours
podcasts,
long.
you get a couple of good
Shit.
clips. But with this one, it's a humiliation ritual. It doesn't stop, and it's genuinely tearing me up inside watching this.
Have you always been into like this open dynamic?
Not really, no, until I met this slag here. And
I'm sure she is thrilled that you've just called her that. He looks over again, and
Yeah.
of course, he doesn't get a look back.
a
No.
whole new world opened up, you know. So, yeah, it's been amazing. It's been the best 3 months of my life. So.
Now, the main thing I'm asking myself is, at what point does this become a tragedy and not funny anymore? It's getting close. It's already getting close. And he's not even been pressed yet, so I am genuinely kind of terrified.
that's a
Before
good
we go
one.
on,
I like
I'll
that.
throw in
That's
some sad
a good
context. So
one.
3 months in, Bevo
Bravo
already has
to
a name
you. That's
tattooed
a
on his
good
arm.
one.
Yeah, we met Neon today. It went very well. I got Sophia's name tattooed on me yesterday. She loves it. I'm going to flip the camera now.
Do they do removals? I mean, this can only end well. But yeah, that probably sets the scene to how Bevo is feeling through this. And even about the tattoo,
no,
people were
he made a
picking up on
mistake.
the weird
He
one-sidedness
made a mistake.
of this relationship. Doesn't call him a future husband, doesn't say she loves him, doesn't reciprocate when he holds her. The only time she smiled is when a super chat said she wears the pants. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. And it was bad, but as I've told you, it does get worse. Because this guy came on the podcast. I don't know what his name is or what he does, but I do know that he instantly started pressing Bevo.
You are a cuck.
Oh.
Define a cuck, please.
A cuck is a person who purposely allows their women to get by other men.
For money, yeah.
He swallowed that
Sophia's
one well,
the
to be
blonde
fair.
chick.
So far, I mean, there's no hate in the,
The
room
blonde
just
chick.
yet. But he did keep pressing on this, and while I don't think Bevo really knows what a cuck is, it's fair to say that he probably wasn't vibing with it.
But you would be a cuck, correct?
I just don't like that saying, but we do it.
I mean, I'm sure you don't, but I mean, that's what a cuck is somebody who lets another man purposely fuck their woman, right? That's a cuck.
Yeah, if I'm a cuck, I'm a cuck, yeah.
Now, acceptance, in fairness, is normally a good sign, but I do just think that he just
Yeah.
doesn't know what a cuck is, really. But either way, he did keep trying to justify his lifestyle. He doesn't seem convinced at all.
That
It
is
seems
weird.
like he's making his arguments against his will. And even when
How
he
you
was
just gonna
arguing
let
it,
your-
as you saw at the start of the video, he did slip up a couple of times.
So you enjoy the fact that your old lady gets by
I
other dudes?
enjoy sex, she enjoys sex, other people enjoy sex, so why not? Let's just have fun.
Yeah,
I've
so
got-
do you enjoy the fact that she's getting humped by other men?
He's
I
getting
don't
red.
enjoy it, we just do
He's
it, we get
getting
on with it, we
red.
have fun. Yeah, well, I enjoy it, yeah, I do enjoy it, because it's...
You do enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy it, yeah.
Genuinely, that is the least convinced I've ever been by someone saying something. He clearly doesn't feel this way, and it does show, because his arguments gradually did get worse and worse.
Well, what's the big deal? Sex is sex. Adam and Eve had sex, so what's the big deal?
Now, in fairness, he's right, but I also don't see how that's relevant to absolutely anything. If Adam and Eve had an OnlyFans, I reckon God, he would have had a word. They didn't, though, so ultimately, the comparison, again, means nothing. And it was at this point that this Andrew guy did start coming for Bevo properly. I think he kind of sensed that Bevo had nothing of any substance to say. And with that in mind, it does come across a little bit like an execution.
I don't know anyone that's had children that do what
You're not
we do.
answering the question. The question is how
and
many of those children are proud
I
of their
don't know
parents?
any children, so let's move on. Thank you very much.
You're not going to answer the question?
I don't know any children. How many times have I got to say?
He keeps reiterating that he doesn't know any children. One, that's completely irrelevant, I think, to what he's saying. Two, the more he says it, the less I believe him.
I don't know any children. How many times have I got to say?
No proof, but I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out Bevo does, in fact, know some children. But either way, as the exchange goes on, it kind of does feel
That's
like Bevo
weird as
is
shit,
slowly
man.
deeping the position he's in. He genuinely might have just jumped into this head first without thinking. His answers to these questions, at least, definitely give this impression.
You're pissing me
Yeah,
off.
I know you don't have
Drake
children. That's not what the
flashbacks.
question
Yeah.
is. Listen to what the question is.
I get
How
loud
many of
Drake
these people in this
flashbacks
industry
all
that
the
you
time.
deal with who have children, whose children are proud of them?
Have you checked on your wife? She might be getting fucked at the minute.
See, I don't like seeing Bevo angry. He is so, like, unthreatening. He shouldn't do it, really. He should just be the nice guy. His argument, basically, is that you should chase
shit was
money
big.
above
I'm
everything
getting
else.
Drake
Let me know what you
flashbacks all
think,
the
but
time.
honestly, if you have this philosophy, I think you should probably reconsider.
Sometimes I
mean,
get
you might
flashbacks
turn
of
into
Drake's older
Bevo, and that's
things, you
probably
know?
something we all want to avoid.
If
But
you know
either
what I
way,
mean.
towards the
You
end,
know what
he
I
said
mean?
something that does definitely expose him, in my opinion.
What? You got better things to do? You're going to go have your
Andrew,
wife get
hold on.
fucked by a bunch of dudes,
fucked.
bro?
Yeah, your missus gets fucked on the
Wait,
banging,
shit,
mate.
yeah,
Don't
the
worry.
only person that gets fucked around here is your missus.
He said your wife gets fucked as an insult.
It's dark outside. It's dark outside. It was light. Look at this. It was light. It's dark. How long is this stream?
Children whose
yeah, how long is
children
this
are
podcast?
proud of them.
Have you checked on your wife? She might be getting fucked at the minute.
See, I don't like seeing Bevo angry. He is so, like, unthreatening. He shouldn't do it, really. He should just be the nice guy. His argument, basically, is that you should chase money above everything else. Let me know what
And
you
that's
think.
gonna
but
eventually be his
honestly,
next
if
thing,
you have
like,
this
I'm like,
philosophy, I think
I'm
you
attracted
should
to
probably
kids.
reconsider. I mean, you
I don't
might
know.
turn into Bevo, and that's
I couldn't
probably
think of
something
anything.
we all want to avoid. But either
Fuck
way,
game, my
towards
game.
the end, he said something that does definitely expose him, in my opinion.
What? You got better things to do? You're going to go have your
Andrew,
wife get
hold on.
fucked by a bunch of dudes,
fucked.
bro?
Yeah, your missus gets fucked on the Wait, banging, both mate.
Yeah,
Don't
and the only
worry.
person that gets fucked around here is your missus.
He said your wife gets fucked as an
I know. I'm getting bored of this video. Not gonna lie. Bevo is weird. I just needed that shit. Shit vid is boring. Watch the Pyro live vid. What's that? The Pyro live. What the hell? Baby, on Bevo. Bevo. Oh, this is not good. He doesn't have any on Bevo. But Bobby Lee is the next big thing.
Don't fucking touch me.
Okay.
I'm a celebrity.
I didn't do anything wrong! This show's doing pretty good for somebody that nobody watches. You, not Caleb, not Kevin, not Dylan. Nobody fucking called me when I got fired.
George did not get fired. He quit.
You guys should fight right now. I swear to God, Bobby Lee, you off my cars.
Who's your partner? He's the newest. You might want to give him his 2-week notice.
Did you know your daddy's an idiot?
Funnily enough, this is a topic I actually found from Umperville. That guy eats tampons.
Umperville.
Now, I need to begin this video by saying that there is no shade being thrown. There is no juicy, spicy drama that I'm having with other YouTubers here. This is merely picking up the trails of what another YouTuber discovered and me looking a little bit deeper. A little bit deeper, digging, swimming. So, a couple of days ago, world-renowned, world-famous YouTuber Umperville uploaded a video talking about the situation with Logan Paul and George Janko. Umperville, if you don't know, is another commentary channel, incredibly wealthy. I think he's got around $15 billion in his bank account. He also has this funny little mustache as well. Now, when Umperville made this video, he unlisted it pretty quickly. After unlisting that video, he followed up immediately with a video basically explaining why he removed the original video, basically saying he glossed over some topics and he should have looked into it more.
Yesterday, I posted a video and then 3 hours later, I took down that video. The real truth of it is I glossed over incredibly important stuff and fell for very shallow, basic receipts that were provided in an awesome TikTok video that Logan Paul made.
I mean, the way he dealt with that was great. You know, he unlisted the video because he thought it was wrong. It's still there for people to, you know, publicly watch if they really want to look into it. We've all made mistakes on this platform. Like, for example, me with the Fallout TV show and the Kendrick and Drake beef, where I mispronounced some of the albums. Metro's boot. And no one is ever going to let that go. But we mispronounced some of the albums. Metro's boot. And no one is ever going to let that go. But what Uncle was researching, I found it really, really interesting, and I dived into a huge rabbit hole looking into it. This concerns some big players, like I said, George Janko, Logan Paul, Mike Milak, and Bobby Lee. Now, the weird thing is, Bobby Lee, I actually have talked about this guy before on my channel, but that was years and years ago. Do you remember that review I did of KSI's comedy film with the biggest quotation marks imaginable? Bobby Lee was actually in that film, and now it's going to come full circle that I'm talking about him on the Slop channel. Now, if you know, Logan Paul has a podcast called Impulsive.
Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd's gonna beat his fucking ass.
It's kind of like the podcast I do, to be honest.
And so they've started to smell their own farts.
I'm not touching the low-hanging fruit there.
Oh, fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. I could hear him silently smirk as soon as you said that.
That didn't even cross my mind. Holy shit.
But it's not a bunch of old people speaking over each other. It's a bunch of billionaires speaking over each other. Now, Logan hosts Impulsive with Mike Milak. Now, I would consider that Mike and Logan have a better relationship than Logan with his brother Jake. I mean, to be fair, honestly, at this point, Logan Paul probably defends Prime more than he does his brother Jake. Now, Mike is someone who is known for writing a book that he really wanted you to buy. You better buy that book.
I just want to sell out this book. The Fifth Vital, available right now on it.
And also dating Lana Rhodes, who does a bit of the adult film stuff. But Impulsive, a while ago, used to have a third host, a permanent host, and that was George Janko. Now, George has got a lot of hate. He's always been seen as this like Logan Paul clinger on because, you know, he's mostly known nowadays for being a host of the Impulsive podcast until he left. But originally, back in the day, he was actually pretty big on Vine. He had around 500,000 followers, which if you do the inflation reference to like, you know, Vine followers to TikTok followers, that's about 7 billion followers. And of course, because he came from Vine, which all these people did, he did a lot of collabs back on Vine with Logan. Were they funny? Were they hilarious? What do you think, bro, is Vine?
Yo, you like this shirt on me? Yeah, it looks good. No, I'm not feeling it.
Oh my god, I
found it myself.
And when the Vine exodus originally happened and everyone left, he went onto YouTube with Logan and he got a pretty big following. And then in around 2020, he started appearing pretty regularly on Logan Paul's podcast show, Impulsive. And one thing you probably notice is why does every single YouTuber on the entire planet end up becoming a podcaster? Because they've realized, and trust me, I've known this from personal experience, you put in about 1/10 of the effort you do in a YouTube video and you get paid around 100 times more. I mean, think about it. These videos I put out on the main channel, the next one's going to be like 16 hours long. I'll probably get a sponsor for it that like barely breaks even. Or I could just sit there on a podcast playing Fortnite, not really paying attention, and probably make 10 times the amount of money that the Darkwood video would ever make. And this is where we introduce the biggest player in the story, Bobby Lee. Now, Bobby Lee is a stand-up comedian and an actor. Like I said, he's been in great works like KSI and Casper Lee, Laid in America, an amazing film, truly one of the greats. Now, Bobby Lee is someone who I never really invested time into, I never looked into, but I've seen him everywhere. You know when you're like doom scrolling TikTok at 3 in the morning and you see people that basically just stole a clip from someone else and they put like GTA gameplay at the bottom of like someone going down a hill. A lot of those clips might actually be a podcast, and on that podcast you might have Bobby Lee, you know, just talking about some bizarre life story. I think one of his most viral stories, and you probably have seen it, is him talking about this weird situation where someone touched him that had Down syndrome.
When I was 9,
It was a joke,
I got
man.
molested by a guy
Come
with Down
on.
syndrome.
Don't laugh, Brandon.
That really does
It was a joke. I mean, part of it was true, but it was a joke.
bring a whole new level to the TikTok comment section saying, I'm going to touch you. Now, he's known for a lot of things, you know, his work with Mad TV, Pineapple Express, The Dictator as well with Sacha Baron Cohen. And he's even going to appear in the upcoming Borderlands film, which kind of makes sense because he does actually have this channel called Bobby Lee. And he was a gamer. He uploaded like 2 gaming videos 10 years ago. So I'm going to call him a gamer.
People don't realize this, but this is the exact amount of people that go to a Creed concert.
He knows that too.
450.
One thing I do want to say as well that's completely wild, looking at these videos of Bobby Lee like 10 years ago and looking at him now, he looks the exact same. Believe me, I am a 27-year-old man. That wall is coming for me any day now. I'm going to wake up one morning, get out of my bed, look in the mirror. I'm just going to look like Gollum. He's known most nowadays for his podcast, Tiger Belly, and his other very popular podcast, which he hosts with Andrew Santino. That one being called Bad Friends. Now, whenever I've seen clips of Bobby, I've always thought, oh, it's the guy that told the Down syndrome story, Lamau. But every time I go into the comment sections, I always see that people are calling him out, saying that he's a creep. He tells really bizarre stories and also sexually harassing multiple people. Now, I'm going to put that in the filing cabinet for a minute because we will definitely get back to that. That is the main focus of the video. But to give context, I want to talk about the situation with Loverboy Logan and Loverboy George. Now, George isn't on the podcast anymore. Big shock. Mostly because George felt, and to be fair, you could kind of tell in clips, he was becoming the punching bag more and more in the episodes. He was being talked over. No one really cared about him.
But he was screwing it all up.
And then
I was
he
actually
made a
in pain. Thanks
podcast
for
and it's
remembering
slowly
that
becoming more
episode.
successful than
But
impulsive.
you just shitted on me. Now the whole comments.
Well, now I'm trying to bring it back.
fuck up everything.
And things between Logan and George started to get really, really awkward. Now, one thing I've noticed watching a lot of podcasts, it seems that a 2-host format seems to work the best. If you add 3, it gets a little bit confusing. If you add 4, it becomes very confusing. Any more than that, it is basically just inoperable. It's like an Xbox 360 Modern Warfare lobby with everyone screaming slurs at each other.
I can go back to those days.
I mean, from personal experience, the podcast I do with Dolan, Nerd, and Colossal, like, there's 4 of us, and we have the added difficulty of us not being in the same room, having lag because one of us is in Mexico, one of us is in America, one of us is in Australia, one of us is in the UK, and unfortunately, because Discord has a bit of input delay, we end up speaking over each other. Like, it can be hell, but still, we make it work. I know podcasters use a lot of cheat codes, like Joe Rogan, for example. Whenever he has a host on, he purposely messes with the host's headphones so they can actually hear their own voice when they talk. And they do that on purpose because when someone else speaks, they can also hear that, to the point that your brain gets so like frazzled, you can't continue the conversation. So talking over someone is basically impossible. You know, George had it really hard, and you could say, hey, maybe he's overreacting, but I've seen various clips on the podcast where, you know, people are just facing away from George, almost like he's like a random viewer that broke in, and everyone's kind of like too awkward to ask him to leave, so he just sits there, even though he was an actual host. And Logan definitely promoted like the bullying of George because it was content. I mean, even people like, you know, Shaquille O'Neal jumping in on George, but when the poor guy is just trying to, you know, add something to the dialogue.
Hold on. You ain't gonna ask me a question?
He waits. He likes to wait until he's got the Bro, you tapped me in play mode and I broke my hand. What happens if I ask the wrong question and you punch me? Listen, man, I read the Bible a lot when they talk about David and Goliath. I've never seen a giant. And so, like, I'm literally just, I'm a little taken.
You've been sitting over here for 30 minutes and that's all you can freaking say?
And George didn't like this because, you know, he was someone that wanted to grow and everyone was putting him down. I'm not saying he's a saint. I mean,
Yeah. Me too. Oh, scary ghost. Okay, man. Go do your studying. Then, okay. Good luck on your test, okay? Good luck on your test.
Believe me, if you're involved in Logan Paul's inner circle, you've probably got some skeletons in your closet, but all of this escalated in episode 351. This was the episode with Bobby Lee. Mike even said on the Tiger Belly podcast recently that that episode was actually so bad, it ruined a lot of people's lives. Now, the Bobby Lee episode, you probably haven't even heard of it because they've done their best to try to bury it because it is genuinely one of the worst podcast episodes of all time. Many podcast hosts' biggest fear is, you know, not having enough to talk about, but here, they talk about too much. They go into way too much detail. And obviously, like I said before with
What do you
George,
mean
the
by
dynamic in
detail?
this episode was even worse because, you know, Bobby was basically just sat facing away from George the entirety of the time. This then leads to George thinking, uh-oh, I'm in an episode as a host and I am saying nothing here. Like, no one cares about what I'm saying. Boys, I got it. I'm going to do a monologue. And when I do the monologue, people are going to put it on TikTok with the GTA car gameplay going down the ramp at the bottom. And it's going to get lots of views. So it basically talks about trying to
Should I
find
do it?
himself.
Oh my
And this
God.
is also mixed in with a bunch of comedic bits in between. And then Bobby, who is a guest, by the way, not a host, immediately jumps on George's back, roasting him, basically saying that he's an absolute vibe killer.
Honestly, if I was not Christian, I'd probably be suicidal.
It was just a long monologue.
He was just waiting.
And let me just say something. I loved what you were saying. It was just very long. Yeah, we just need writers to edit that down. Monologue.
Usually when I do my comedy, I don't have writers in the room.
Okay, I can tell.
Now, some people did have sympathy for George. A lot of people
was
didn't. They
bad.
basically said, I mean, bro, you're sat next to a comedian, a funny man, and you're asking the funny man to not be funny. That's kind of cringe. But other people tried to add,
is kinda
basically
cringy.
saying, George doesn't really get to speak a lot on the episode. He really is just being used as a punching bag. Because we know for a fact, if Logan ended up being the punching bag on his own podcast, he would not have that. He would walk out. He would quit his podcast. And then this all accumulates to the infamous part where George basically rage quits the lobby. He leaves, disconnects, and doesn't come back for the rest of the episode.
He is clocked out. Yeah,
he's-
I know.
George has been under a tremendous amount of abuse.
No,
No, stop,
Damn,
George. I want you
man,
over here with
that's
me.
sad.
George, I want you over
I
here
didn't
with me.
realize how
Chase
deep
him
this
down.
was.
Go. You find him. George, no, go get him. Go get him.
And then Bobby adds fuel to the fire, just calling him a bitch boy, saying like that's so unprofessional. That's so cringe. Now, although I have talked about this many times, how, you know,
Don't be
this
sad,
new
man.
wave of
I would hate
influencers
that.
online, they are masters at
They're bad
clickbaiting. They will
people.
purposely
Bad friends.
overreact because they know
Logan
that someone's
Paul
going to
and
clip
all
it
guys,
and
bad
hopefully make
friends.
them famous. That's the reason why you see so many streamers reacting to content and they just completely overreact and scream and shout to like the most mid clips imaginable because they think, okay, this is kind of mid, but also monetizable because then people clip it and I get famous and I get money and I like money. And although that being said, I'm doing like the Star Trek thing. What the hell? And although that being said, I do genuinely think that George, you know, rage quitting, F4ing to the desktop, that was real. That wasn't staged. He was genuinely tilted, and that was like months and months of just rage building up within him. Now, although we should wrap it up there and be like, oh, it's a little bit of light trolling, that's it. Bobby was doing some really weird things to George that a lot of people seem to, you know, just completely gloss over. He
Yeah,
was
I don't
asking
know.
George
Let
at
me know,
one
man.
point to
Talk to
like
me, baby.
smell his junk, his below, his down here regions.
Yeah.
Smelling that, and he even keeps trying to grab Mike's penis like throughout the episode. He even tried to pull out his own schlong in the episode and get Mike to touch it.
No, smell. You gotta smell it. So you're gonna fucking smell my dick, and it's not gay. So here. I have to grab your head.
No.
And apparently as well, during the podcast, there was worse stuff that Bobby did, but the producers cut it out. And in turn, it's made George look like he was just completely overreacting, even though there is a lot of context missing.
Who was the first person that jumped off the couch and said, George just left, that was not good, we have to fix the situation?
But did they not cut shit that you should have stood up for me and said, hey, you can't cut that shit? That's gonna make him look like an idiot for leaving.
Okay, let's slow down. Numerous times on the show, cut things that we believe will protect the integrity or reputation of the guest.
That protected nobody but him.
You know, there's no videos online of Bobby giving Logan, you know, the sucky special. I would love the scenario where I grab one hand like
That'd be
this,
amazing.
one hand
I
like
love
this,
that.
bring it towards me, stirring it like a pot, like a cauldron, a beautiful elixir, and then suddenly... That is what I would love to do today. You know, there's nothing like that. The only confirmation we really have is George himself saying there was more stuff there, but to protect Bobby, it was cut out. Now, after that episode, things got a lot more rocky between George and Logan. Even at one point having this dialogue talking about religion, Christianity, because George himself is very religious. And during this dialogue, which basically boiled down into, I will speak over you now very loudly, Logan did eventually retract his comments.
I made some pretty out of line comments. The following 3 weeks have been the hardest period of my fucking life.
And the funny thing is, guess what episode Logan retracted his comments on? The Crypto Zoo episode. The one thing that has still been following Logan Paul to this day that he refuses to address. Now, eventually, early last year, George, you know, just fully left the podcast. He left his podcast and he started a new one called The George Janko Show. Is that the most mid name for a podcast imaginable? Yeah, pretty much. But to be fair, Impulsive was, you know, Logan Paul in Impulsive, the Japanese forest. You get it. it. You get it. He's impulsive. Lamau. Same reason that we call the podcast To Be Honest. If you know, you know. Now, what a lot of people do when they get their own platform, they use said platform to cry. They don't directly cry. They throw a lot of shade, which is what George did for a lot of the episodes, basically saying, you know, did he leave? Was he fired? And that is until he had Logan Paul's conjoined twin on the show, Mike Milak. And here he claims that loads of stuff was edited out to make him look worse. You know, part of the podcast with Bobby Lee was.
Did they not cut shit that you should have stood up for me and said, hey, you can't cut that shit? That's going to make him look like an idiot for leaving.
Even the episode where Mike appeared on Tiger Belly, which is Bobby Lee's podcast, part of that was cut out as well.
You saw me. I went on Bobby's show.
Yeah.
Right?
And they cut around it. You said that
I have no control over that.
And Logan even apparently reaching out and saying, hey, you know that energy drink that's really popular, Celsius? Don't take a sponsor with them because I own an energy drink company and it's called Prime.
Not only was I controlled and pushed around on Impulsive, but then Logan's making calls and directing my show. That's not okay.
What's that about?
He told me that I couldn't take Celsius.
He also goes on to say he would never grow as a person in that environment. Apparently Impulsive was just losing money overall and he just wasn't being paid.
And Logan came after me for my religion. The show hit rock bottom and we weren't getting paid.
But it's not all bad. He says he was very grateful for his time on Impulsive and he doesn't even hate Bobby Lee. He just thinks that that episode just had a really shit outcome. Now, I'm sure you all know what happened next. Logan Paul booted up TikTok and Jesus Christ, I don't know who he's sucking off on TikTok. I don't even follow the guy. But every fifth scroll I see whenever I open TikTok, it'll always be Logan Paul. He'll be here in the corner of the screen and it'll be a green screen showing some like court document or something he's reacting to. I'm actually just sick of seeing it at this point. I'm hopefully making this video so it gets out of my For You page. Now, when you look into this response, you do kind of start to realize that Logan is beating around the bush with a lot of topics. In particular, how Bobby Lee was basically, you know, just straight up sexually harassing these guys on his podcast. So what he does in typical Logan Paul PR fashion is he changes the argument. It's not about that anymore because that's bad. Sex stuff? That could be lawsuit. I'm already dealing with crypto zoo. Instead, let's talk about George being paid. Let's bring up an argument I know I can definitely win. So then everyone gets distracted by that and then thinks I'm the good guy, at least for, you know, the next month or so. So what he does is shows texts from George and it's really cherry picking to kind of build this narrative that, you know, he's basically in the right and George is just a flat out liar. And then in the last 20 seconds of the video, he barely apologizes to George.
I should not have mocked his beliefs. I apologize for that. I should have stuck up for him with Bobby Lee and I definitely should have had his back more like a friend.
If anything, Logan actually apologized more in that religious debate they had during the Crypto Zoo episode, more than what he did in this TikTok. You know, maybe someday that they'll resolve their dispute, that they'll hug and they'll kiss, or they might just do what KSI and Logan did, hate each other until they realize they can make more money by being mates. But what I do want to make the focus on now is Bobby Lee and his quite bad behavior. The stuff I've seen this guy do is basically only found in the depths of VR chat and nowhere else. Now, obviously, a lot of what George said, it's just his word against Logan's and Bobby's and pretty much everyone else's. There's no proof. But there are multiple compilations on YouTube of Bobby, you know, hugging, kissing, and like touching various, you know,
He's
news
very
anchors,
touchy guy. He's very touchy
I
guy.
say this a lot as a bit, right? Because, you know, like in the TikTok comment section, someone's having an argument, they're losing it, and they basically just say, I'm going to touch you. And there is nothing you can do about it. You're getting touched tonight. You know, it's just a bit to say, like, I'm going to touch you. Like it's not that deep, but he was actually touching people. And the funny thing is about Bobby, when he realized that he went too far with this stuff, he'd be like, oh, I lived in Europe for a bit. That's how people were, Lamau. You know, when he realizes he's pushed the boat out too far, he then tries to basically say, oh, it was all a bit. It was all a bit, guys. But obviously, you can only say it's a bit so many times until people kind of realize, okay, bro, you got a problem. You're a little bit weird. There's even this one interview that is just really awkward. And you can tell that there's a news anchor that's like really uncomfortable with Bobby and actually tries to, you know, move away from him. Mostly because he wanted to kiss her ankle bones. What?
Yeah, you don't feel good? You want me to do it again? What am I? What? Where are you going?
And then he basically get up out of his seat and coax her to sit back down. And then basically just this weird ultimatum that, like, you know, if you don't come back, if you don't sit down in this chair right now, I am never coming onto this show again.
You're being so rude right now. Sit down. I apologize. My bad. I'm sorry. If you get up again, I swear to God, I'm never going to come back here.
I mean, I'll be honest, it's a pretty pathetic threat, a pretty pathetic ultimatum. If anything, it kind of reminds me of the people in the COD lobbies that say, you know, if you steal my kill, I'm leaving the clan. And even though she's really uncomfortable, she still, you know, through the power of persuasion, through Bobby Lee, she sits back down on the couch. And then at one point, she even like covers with her coat to stop Bobby from touching her. It's so awkward. There's even a story involving Theo Von. If you don't know Theo Von, he's one of those podcast hosts that even though he's like in his 50s, he is the master of clickbaiting. Basically, you start a podcast, just pretend that you're like, you know, just borderline 10 IQ, 1 intelligence stat in Fallout New Vegas. You know, the one where the guy tells you like when you pick it, he's like, oh my God, you're actually a fucking moron.
I fixed up your head as best I knew how.
Oh.
I guess I missed a spot.
What is this?
And then, in his own words, the child cried. Child prostitute to have sex with.
There was a girl that she seemed scared.
Yeah.
That's the one I wanted. Oh.
And then, in his own words, the child cries the entire time. So Bobby has to speed it up to get it over with.
And I look at her face and she's crying. So I do what any good guy would do. I start power fucking her. So because I want to get it over with.
And then when he got backlash for saying that, because... Wow, really? You'd get backlash for saying that? Really?
Wow.
What a world we live in! Now, apparently the lore behind this joke came all the way back in 2013. Where apparently he mixed two bad jokes together, and it ended up metamorphosizing into that joke. And you're probably wondering, what two jokes did he mix in the lab to create that abomination?
What can you do?
Well, the
What can you
first
do?
one was apparently having sex with a 12-year-old girl that looked like Natalie Portman. Specifically the movie Leon the Professional, which... unfortunately, is a very good film. I only watched it because I think it was in like the top 50 IMDb films of all time. And now I can't even watch that film anymore because of what Bobby Lee said. If anyone's wondering, my personal favorite part in the Leon film is where Gary Oldman takes drugs. It is a 10 out of 10 scene. And the other joke, which is a lot less incriminating, but still disgusting, was having sex with his girlfriend, and he wanted to speed it up because apparently she started crying about her dead nan. I'm sorry, Americans watching, we say nan over here, like we say mum with the letter U in it instead of the letter O. Idiots. Also, even more earth-shattering news dropped. Remember when I...
Dude, he just said mum with a U instead of O. Mom is with the O. What are you on about, dude? What are
Introduced
you
Bobby
on
by
about?
talking about the Down syndrome joke. Apparently, that was just another joke he made up completely for attention. Shocking
Yeah,
that
it makes
comedians can
sense.
actually lie about their material. Surely someone will stop them. Again, like I'm not calling out Bobby for like making up jokes, because again, I think the worst thing in comedy is people stealing other jokes. But I don't think anyone is stealing Bobby's material, especially with the... Jesus, I can't even repeat half of it. Now, everyone can change. Everyone can learn. Everyone can grow. I truly believe that. If Bobby stopped this whole bit, like after Impulsive, the grabbing and the smelling of the junk and stuff, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't be making this video. But Bobby, even though the producers covered for him and deleted a lot of the footage, he still didn't learn his lesson.
No.
Remember that Bad Friends podcast I talked about earlier that he's a host on? He actually had a guest on there, Bobby Althoff. Now, I've talked about her before. I've talked about how everyone seems to think that she's an industry plant because she blew up basically out of nowhere. She started off on TikTok making a bunch of, haha, I'm pregnant, and that is relatable. That is relatable on TikTok. I mean, it's not relatable in the gaming space. One of the biggest games that ever flopped that came out was Amnesia Rebirth because you played as a pregnant woman. On TikTok, where there's women and wine mums, I'm sure it's relatable. Anywhere else, not really. So a lot of people started to think, why so awkward?
I'd love to see your feet.
Thank you.
Jiminy Crickets.
Jiminy Crickets, I fucked up.
Why would you say that out loud?
I was looking at her boots right now. I go, like the boots, but I'm like, what's underneath it? And I go, probably nice feet.
How big are your feet?
Why?
What size shoe do you wear?
Yeah, that's not...
Why?
That's
A 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I do have to preface and say Bobby Althoff's entire gimmick is basically her just being, you know, deadpan and unimpressed. There's another comedian in the UK that does the exact same thing, Amelia de Moldenberg. She does a show called Chicken Shop Day, and it's pretty much just sat there being, you know, very awkward. And Lamau, this is cringe. Why aren't you laughing?
Can you cook?
No. Is that a problem? I can do other things. I can make a dragon with my hands, like that. See, that's a dragon.
That's tough.
See? I can do that.
But the point I'm making, Bobby Althoff, she's meant to be unimpressed. She's meant to set up, you know, a shield. Like, if you throw anything at her, she's just going to be like, yeah, and... But even she was a little bit fazed by the stuff that Bobby Lee was saying to her. You know, Bobby starts saying that, you know, he would love to see her feet, you know, this kind of cringe humor to get under her skin. And then the other host, Andrew Santino, even starts joining in, asking about her shoe size. I mean, I get it. You know, each their own. I'm never allowed to judge kinks again in my life. I totally understand that. But even then, to make Bobby Althoff feel uncomfortable, wow, you did something really bad there. Now, if they did that bit once and they beat it into the ground, like I'm not sure whether I'm talking about...
Don't text Luke.
Who's Luke?
Her manager.
Why, like, I cut this out?
Yeah.
No, please. No, no. No, listen, Bobby.
Begging.
Yeah.
Bobby,
Begging.
please don't leave. Please don't tell your manager that, you know, this was an uncomfortable situation. I really apologize. I worship you. I love you so much.
What is
Thank you so much for
happening?
being here, Bobby.
And one thing I really do need to point out, because Bobby Lee looks great for his age, the guy is not in his 30s. He's 52. He is 52 years old. And Bobby Althoff is 26. She's a year younger than me. So
She's 26.
it's a little bit weird. But again, despite all of this, Bobby Lee is still one of the most successful podcasters. Now, I didn't make this video as like, oh, we need to cancel Bobby Lee. We need to deplatform him. We need to end his career. It's just pretty obvious that he has like a pattern of behavior of just being very, you know, cringe. His entire humor is basically just based around being very sexual with people he has. And I think I'm allowed to say that it is pretty weird to watch, especially because the guy is like so old. He could basically be my dad. Oh God, did I just say that? Oh Jesus. Now, to return back to, you know, George and Logan, like Mike Milak said, the situation is very complicated. A lot of these issues really do come down to prioritizing and platforming the wrong people, and also money, because we all love money. Because, you know, you need to ask the question, why would Impulsive prioritize Bobby's image over George? Oh yeah, because Bobby is way more famous, has way more money, way more connections.
1 minute. I think I'm done. Yeah.
And you'd rather be on Bobby's good side than who's this George guy? All the people.
I was gonna end on this stream because I'm gonna stream later on tonight again. I'm going all in, man. I'm going all in. I'm going all in. So I'm gonna take a break and then I'm gonna stream for another like 4, 8, 6 hours after this. So yeah, enjoy your night, Tony. Get some sleep. You better get your ass in school. Yeah, Tony, better get your ass in school, buddy. Yeah, I'm done. I'm gonna leave. See you, man. Have a good one. Take care, Papa. Okay. Let's see.
So every morning, my partner wakes up, James does, and he gets up out of bed, and our other dog, Rocket, goes with him. And Rocket, we've had for a few months. We found.
But. Ow, 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 ow. I'm confused. Did you hear what I said? What happened here? Why is she like this?
Found him on the streets a few months ago, so he was a stray. And
I'm confused. This makes no sense. Comments are disabled. Okay. See ya, Tony. See ya.